crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 SEAEN World Arena Champion!
This might change the game!
Oh my God! The ball lands!
And he will finally go down! The Okeanos will take this game! Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance!
To crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 SEAEN World Arena Champion!
This might change the game!
Oh my God! The ball lands!
And he will finally go down! The Okeanos will take this game! Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance!
crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
To crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
to crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
To crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
To crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
To crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
to crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Grand Esports 2026 hosted by Comtours. I'm Cray and today we'll be having the Group B of the Grand Esports 2026 regional qualification for the English-speaking countries in Southeast Asia. So just an overview of this tournament, of this esports tournament. There will be a total of 32 qualified players participating in this region, and they will be basically divided into 4 groups. The top 2 players from each group will emerge and move forward to the regional final round of the Grand Esports 2026, which will be happening on the 21st of June. And the top 2 players then will be heading to the offline grand finals of the Grand Esports 2026 held in Hanoi, Vietnam. Alright, so they will be representing the English-speaking countries of Southeast Asia, challenging the other top 2 qualifiers from the Indonesia, Vietnam, and Thailand region. In Group A yesterday, we did see tons of interesting matches. Mainly coming out ahead from that group were Blackpink Royd and Hachuka, so they too locked in their spots into the regional final round. And today, basically, we have another set of 8 players which are really strong. So the likes of Jin Yao, Sodin, Similan, Lele, Cute, Magnum, Phoenix, Kai, and Pooh as well. And the prize pool for this tournament is also something to look out for, because both of these players, the top 8 players moving into the grand finals of the Grand Esports 2026 will stand a chance to compete for a total prize pool of 4,500 USD together with great outgame and in-game rewards as well. So you can see there's the LD packs that you can get, and then also the 1/9 scale of that Zeratu figurine. So really nice stuff that they are giving out for this tournament. And as for the competition format, this esports tournament will be based on playoffs using the Challenge Arena Battle mode. Alright, in terms of our schedule, we had Group A yesterday. Like I said, Blackpink Royd and Hachuka coming out on top in that one. Today we'll be having Group B, and for Group C, it's gonna be played on the 6th of June, as well as Group D on the 7th of June as well. Alright, so that's basically it for the overview and schedule of this tournament. So, like I mentioned before, as for the competition format, this esports tournament will be based on playoffs using the Challenge Battle Arena mode. It means that there will be no rune gaps, and it heavily depends on the skill and knowledge of the players, whether they do their homework, because you need to actually check out like what is good synergy between each other in terms of the runes as well. So this is the schedule for today, alright? So for the first match, we are going to be having Jin Yao up against Sodin. And then moving onwards, Similan will be fighting it out against Lele in their quarterfinal match. Two Filipinos will be battling it out against each other. So Cute and Magnum Phoenix will be fighting there. And last but not least, we do have Kai up against Pooh. So there's a lot of big names here. Mainly, I think, no introduction needed for Jin Yao. This guy, he's a really smart drafter, right? So when it comes to Challenge Arena Battle Mode, I think he's gonna prevail. He's probably gonna be having more knowledge than most of the players here because he's very well versed in what counters what in terms of drafting. And also, yeah, monsters play a huge role, but it also depends on the runes. So you did see yesterday people picking in the Wind Robo. For some reason, the Wind Robo runes are not really that solid. So yeah, didn't really have good win rate for it. I think one of the units that we need to look out for in this Challenge Arena Battle Mode is the Tricks. Tricks have been actually performing really well from yesterday, right? So we'll see. Probably we'll see more of those kind of units today, hopefully. And also, there's gonna be 2 coupon codes to be provided later during the stream as well. So make sure to just stay tuned. Make sure you have your dinner already, and then just sit back and relax and enjoy the entirety of this stream, alright? So it's gonna be... There's gonna be a lot of matches to come. And I can't wait to see who is going to be our next 2 players moving onwards into the regional final round of this esports tournament, alright? So without further ado, we should be able to get the ball rolling soon. Let me know down in the comments, who are you rooting for in this Group B, alright? So here we go. We have Sodin up against Jin Yao. Every series will be a best of 5, alright? So as we can see here, there's 2 LD units to be picked up. So Sodin... Yeah, he has a few really good options there. So Jin Yao is actually opening up with the Annabelle. Annabelle has been one of the staple Arte units for quite some time now. Very good heals. The slow debuff and armor break is also very huge on the 3rd skill. And she can potentially cycle quicker if she get a sleep proc with the normal attack, alright? So that's gonna be a guaranteed additional turn. So what would Jin Yao do here? Going for the Josephine, alright? Because Chandra normal attack can stun. This Chandra is on Violent, by the way. So you also need to, like, remember what runes are on all these units. So Sodin going for a very early Dinah. That is a good pick. Because Dinah kinda destroys the 3 units picked up by Jin Yao at the moment. So in a way, that is a forced ban material. Do you go with the Layla though? If you're going Tomoe, you got Chandra, slow debuff. Opting for the Ragdoll instead. Alright, so Ragdoll mainly hard counters the Josephine as well, because that unit is always going to, in a way, guaranteed crit with the normal attack. And there's also tons of AoE coming out from Jin Yao as well, which can potentially crit too. So Jin Yao will be going for the Tetsuya and the Gapsu right at the end. Okay, very interesting. And Sodin has decided he will be locking in this pesky Shizuka. So Arashon will be banned. Oh, I'm not really sure about that. I felt like maybe you should ban out the Tetsuya, I guess. But I guess he didn't expect his Dinah to go through. So Dinah is gonna be doing quite a lot of work here. However, he needs to bring down that Tetsuya first. If not, that Tetsuya is going to stun lock the Dinah and things might just go south, right? So Annabelle here can't really do much apart from normal attacking. So just gonna work a little bit on to the Chandra, giving the Dinah the attack bar. So what do you stun if you're Jin Yao? Going for the stun onto Tomoe but failing to do so. Only able to get the immunity strip. So now Dinah. This Dinah is more or less like a sitting duck though. Ooh, he's going for it. Wow. Alright. So you can transform back and try to do more damage. I don't... Oh. Because I honestly think you don't really hit the animal here. Because if you stun it, then Josephine is gonna get the shield, right? So no strip from the Chandra. You get stun up instead. Now there's gonna be the suppression coming in real soon. Right off the bat, going for the Yin Yang bounded circle though. Very interesting. So Gapsu here can start working on to probably the Dyna, right? So getting the branding landed right there. What can this ragdoll do? The damage output from Sodin doesn't look that hot, you know? And he doesn't have sustains as well. So no heals. I feel like Jin Yao might have this one in the bag if time goes by, right? Because Annabelle heals is going to be so much bigger as well when the attack increases. So what will this Dyna do? Oh, he's actually going for it. Transform back. Can he get a stun onto the Tetsuya? Oh wait, he's still working onto the Annabelle. So Annabelle now will be able to heal up. Now one thing I noticed for the Challenge Arena Battle Mode Annabelle, the attack is quite low, right? I think it's only plus 340 or something like that. So yeah, suppression now onto the Tetsuya. The Dyna needs to wake up. Oh, big damage done. So Chandra now will be able to place the hug and try to slow things down. Yeah, you need this slow debuff. But you're gonna be giving the attack bar to the Tetsuya as well. So another round of strip into a potential stun. But not opting for it because of the suppression. So do not want to reduce his HP by 50%. Now, this is gonna be huge. Because Tomoe will be able to go for the Yin and bounded circle and pushing back the opponent's attack bar, right? Oh my god, what is this Dyna doing? Why you transform when you got no skill too? Oh no, I think he miscalculated, right? Very interesting. So Annabelle, yeah, you can't really send it. Annabelle might actually go down here because the slow debuff on the Gapsu means that there's no cleanse or heals coming out soon, right? Now if you're the Dyna, you gotta transform back. But he's going for the kill instead. So now Tetsuya has the opportunity to stun, but not going for it as well because of the suppression. Yeah, that is actually deterring Jin Yao really hard. He's not able to utilize the skills of his units. Now Dyna goes down though. It's 3v3. The ragdoll is not providing much help in this fight. However, this additional turn is good. So able to do a little bit more poke damage onto the Tetsuya here. Now, he can flow through with a stun, probably onto the ragdoll. Did not get it though. Well, that is rather unfortunate. So now, big stun onto the Tetsuya. However, Josephine will be able to place the shield onto the team. And can he provoke? Did not get the provoke onto the Chandra. Wow. Oh, Sodin is like pressing the auto button already. He's attacking so quickly. Does he know he has this in the bag? Oh, that stun onto the Tetsuya actually might have saved Jin Yao. You know, because that unit was actually going to die towards the dot already. And now Chandra goes down. 2 units locked up on the side of Sodin. Josephine getting the additional turn. Double stuns once again. Oh, that's not good. If you're Sodin, the ragdoll needs the Bio proc here. Did not get it. And now the 2 turns provoke is going to seal the deal onto that ragdoll here. No way he sustains this, right? I think he's definitely gonna be dropping within this next couple of turns. So yeah, all this damage output, Jin Yao He still have heals, he still got shields on his team. The Tomoe can never do anything because Gapsu will cleanse the lineup as well. So 1-0 going to Jin Yao. I think that was a very solid showcase. However, Sodin did a little bit of questionable moves with the Dyna as well. So I think if the Dyna sustained a little bit longer, yeah, he didn't really need to use the second skill onto the Anivil. The Anivil was going to die already, right, with a normal attack. So yeah, I think transforming back into the pony form, making sure that you got a little bit more HP, right, to sustain the Josephine or the Tetsuya after that. However, it is what it is. 1-0 goes to Jin Yao. Moving onwards to round 2. So, Sodin will be going a little bit defensive here. Thinking it through. First picking a Dyna. Wow. That is something we don't see too often. Dyna is mainly like a force ban or a last pick counter towards the opponent's draft. So, when you open up with the Dyna, right, it means that you are allowing the opponent to just go very heavy fire at this point. So there's gonna be things like maybe a Karnal. Yeah, Karnal with slow debuff pushback. Tesarion is also a very nice option for Jin Yao as well later on. So he's gonna be opting for the Karnal and the Heigang. Yeah, Karnal is really solid here. So double water in the form of Chao and the Wusa. Alright. We've seen Chao making a performance in Group A. I think the win rate was quite decent on that unit as well. One of the highlighted picks. And what will Jin Yao do here? Alright. The Wind Zenitsu is a very good option as well. So, Chao, you know, the defense is quite low. Once that unit armor breaks you into a Vioproc, you are probably just gonna be dropping that like really easily. And now Sodin is gonna be going for the Tetsuya as well as... What other options can he do? Do you go Vela here or Riley? Okay, Tomoe instead. Very interesting. So if you're going Tomoe, you kind of need to ban off that Heigang. If not, turn 1, you can't do much. So Jin Yao last pick here is gonna be crucial. What do you opt for? Yes, I think that is a very good pick. So you got double strips, you got 2 turns potential provokes, self-sustained damage dealer as well. And from the looks of things, it's just gonna be a Chao ban here. I think no brainer. Yep, Chao ban into the Wind Zenitsu as well. So both sides have locked in their ban picks. Leaders will be applied. So 28% speed lead on the side of Sodin. Jin Yao is going for the more defensive route in the form of 44% HP lead from that Karnal itself. Alright, here we go. So Wusa will be able to place the Wish of Immortality if he chooses to do it. However, there's gonna be follow-up strips coming up real soon. What can this Tetsuya do? He gets the stun onto the Fire Inosuke. Okay. Now, if you do the suppression, you are basically gonna give the opponent a turn. So, I would have actually just opted for a normal attack onto the Fire Inosuke instead. So, giving the attack bar to the Karnal means Karnal can't do much as well because of the immunity he plays all round. Heigang will go for the strip this time, and Dyna will be able to start going into town. Probably onto the Heigang here. Because there's 3 fire units that you can't really transform and go for the second skill burst damage. So, trying to kill off this Heigang makes a lot of sense. That's the only unit you can work on at this point. So Virus will be applied. Tons of debuffs. Look at them taking so much damage now. If this Fire Inosuke Violent Prop, things is just gonna go south. Alright, he did not. So Dyna here, do you place the shield? Okay, he's just gonna go all in, trying to remove this Heigang. So 2.7k damage, pretty decent, considering that there's no armor break. Diana here. Do you try to stun? Did not get it. The Wusa here will be able to heal up the team a little bit. So that is around like 8k damage as well. And Kana will be able to apply the slow debuff, the third skill. Did not get any stuns though. Wow. That is actually pretty bad RNG from that Kana actually. Literally no stuns at all. So Trix wakes up here. Heigang is down to 1 HP. Fire Inosuke will be able to go for the Razor Cut. So only landing 1 provoke. I've noticed the Fire Inosuke provoke landing rate is quite low, right? From yesterday until now, we've rarely seen that unit provoke the opponent. So Tetsuya is down to 1 HP here because of the Trix passive. So getting a huge stun right there. But how are you gonna deal against that Fire Inosuke later on? That unit is so strong. And the Dyna is basically deemed useless right now. Yeah, you can only place the shield when there's 3 fire units. You cannot go greedy. So pushing the attack bar of that Tetsuya down. Wusa. Can he get a sleep proc? He does not. So the additional turn will secure the kill onto the Tetsuya. Dyna here. Can he get a stun? Wow. Very interesting choice. Of course, he calculated already. It was all calculated, boys. He was gonna get the additional turn into a full crit onto the Trix. Able to transform back. Wow, this Dyna is doing God's work. Now, Tomoe will be able to place the suppression onto the Trix. However, just opting for the third skill instead. Yeah, there's no way you're bringing down that Fire Inosuke here. The unit is just gonna be at full HP most of the time, right? I don't think it's gonna be taking much here. Because his passive is going to heal him up by about 10% each time. So what can this Wusa do? That's heal block onto the Tomoe. Yeah, you can try to kill off the Trix, but that's about it. So another big damage done onto the Tomoe here. Down to 1 HP. Trix goes down, but to no avail. It's gonna be a trade-off. 2v1. Wusa against the wall. And there's no damage from the looks of things here. Yeah, Kana is gonna go free reign. Oh, that 2-turn sleep though. Can he provoke? Did not get it. So as time goes by, I think this one is safe to say in the bag for Jin Yao. Because you can see the skill 2 from that Wusa is not doing much as well. The unit is permanent full health. Unlucky. Alright. So I think Sode needs to take some time here and reflect on his drafting. I think opening up with the Dyna is just a little bit too risky in that sense where there's gonna be so many counters, you know. Like Jin Yao didn't even opt for a Tessarion, but hey, Tessarion is also a full counter towards Dyna. So 2-0. 2-0 lead for Jin Yao. So far good fights. Although it's a little bit one-sided, I'd say, in terms of the drafting. But I mentioned before, Jin Yao is probably the smartest player out of the whole bunch, alright? The 32 players that joined in this tournament. This guy, he really note down every single like speed tick and stuff like that. So I think he already did his homework in terms of like what is a good synergy between all these units that they are providing in this challenge arena battle mode. Because for this esports tournament format is based on that. So no rune gap is involved. All depends heavily on the skill and knowledge of the player. Alright, so Jin Yao will be opening up with probably a Tetsuya or Annabelle. I think those two are very solid picks. Oh, but he's gonna go for the light Tanjiro first. So Light Tanjiro is really good against Artamel, you know, because Artamel is a defensive unit. The Light Tanjiro ignores defense, so you need to take note of that. So going for the Chao as well. There's the option for a Tsarion Shizuka too, you know? Like, you place Oblivion and then you can send AoE Oblivion after that. So going for the Annabelle and the Singza. Yeah, we've seen a lot of good Singza gameplay yesterday as well. Like, I believe there was one where the Singza was critting the Tomoe or the tricks non-stop. Also able to apply the armor breaks onto the fire unit so easily. Counter stun them as well. So doing a lot of work in the form of this Singza. So Sodin will be picking in 2 speed leads, the Arashon and Chandra. And Jin Yao, what will he do here? The Chandra and Arashon doesn't really synchronize well with the Artamel and the Chao. Although their passive are good. But yeah, I guess you need to wait for your Arashon to land like the normal attack armor break into the Justice. So Jin Yao will be going for one of his LDs that he has in normal arena or normal RTA, the Patter. Yeah, he pulled this one probably a year ago. And he's gonna go for a Tsarion right at the end too. So what will Sodin do here? Do you go for an immunity user? Opting for the Water Gojo. Alright, Water Werner. The Patter is like a force ban, right? Do you ban off the Patter or the Singza? I think it's either one of those. Because even if you strip, the Patter will be able to cut in between, placing immunity after that. So going for the Singza ban, and Chandra will be removed as well. So Jin Yao have very good options to clear off that Chao. Annabelle, you know, with a slow debuff, Chao means he's not gonna be moving that fast. I felt like you should still go for the speed lead if you're Sodin. However, he opts for that HP lead coming out from Artamel. So, just gonna be benefiting that unit itself. Not gonna be applying the extra 50% HP onto the other units because it's just for light. Now, Werner. Going for the second skill. Now, Patter will be able to cut in between. However, do you go for the Moonlight's Grace? Because Arashon is gonna be moving next. I think you don't do it. You gotta hold on. You gotta hold. Now, do you heal up that Chao? He took so much damage just from one wild blow. There was like, what, 30% of his health gone. So Justice onto the Light Tanjiro. Dragon Bombardment. Probably should have saved that third skill because the Patter will be able to go for the immunity once he gets the turn. Yeah, he's gonna be waking up from that sleep. From that stun. So Artamel is Oblivion up at the moment. Annabelle will be able to go for the heal. Or do you just send it? Do you send the AoE armor break and slow debuff first? He's gonna go for it. Because Patter is moving next. So there's gonna be the immunity placed. Provokes. Applied. And do you try to kill off that Chao now? Going for this branding. Chao getting the cleanse into the additional turn. That is huge. So now Light Tanjiro is gonna go down. Oh, Jin Yao did not expect that. Yeah, he was calculating everything. Nah, this Chao can't kill me, right? Unless he gets a violent proc, which he did. So I guess going for the greedy route. You know, the Annabelle could have actually went for the heal earlier, but opted for the third skill instead. That might be the game changer. That might hurt Jin Yao later on. However, it's not over yet. The wall blow, we do know that it did a lot of damage onto the Chow, but he's gonna start working onto the Werner now. So Tesarion needs to get some Oblivion rolling. There's so many units to Oblivion up. So going for the Water Gojo first. The Urashon, Despair stunning that Tesarion as well. So very good additional turn from the Patter means that it's gonna be 3v3, able to bring down the Werner, and there's gonna be the full heal onto everybody on the side of Jin Yao. So Oblivion now landed onto the Chow as well, so there's no cleanse. Annabelle, I think one more turn for the third skill, right? Yeah, he needs to apply the slow debuff right now. So Erashon here. Only got the option for a normal attack. I guess you try to armor break like the Patter instead. Atamil has not been doing much work though. Alright, we have a slight connection error between the players here. Yeah, I believe somebody's internet went down. Yeah, that's the thing about online esports events, right? So, all these are not... we cannot control, so sometimes we need to just be patient. And once these two players are ready, they are definitely gonna be back at it again, alright? So, from the looks of things here, I mean, like, Tesarion, Annabelle, and the Patter, you know, you got the Oblivions for the Atamel and the Chow as well. So, we're back. Patter will go for the immunity, and Annabelle is able to go for the AoE slow debuff as well as the armor break. So, who do you kill? Yeah, the Atamel is a sitting duck right now. Patter with the wall blow definitely one-shots the Chow. Look at that damage output. And Atamel with the Oblivion, he's not doing much at all. Tesarion can start working on to the Erashon now. So big crits. Full heal back onto everybody. Nice stun into the kill. Yeah, Tesarion can finish off this Erashon right now. Guaranteed damage crit. So here 3v1 Atamel, Oblivion up. The passive is deemed useless. He can only heal up himself, that's about it. And this one is GG. It's gonna be a 3-0 sweep from Jin Yao. From the looks of things, because there's no way this Atamel makes a comeback. Alright, he has no more heals. He's getting slapped left and right. The wall blow down to last hit. Tesarion is moving next. And just a normal attack here will do. So 3-0 victory goes to Jin Yao. He's gonna progress onwards to the semi-final of Group B. Alright, so that is just our first match of the day, boys and girls. Next up, we have Similan and Lele, I believe. So Similan is one of those players. Also play very competitively in Siege. His RTA, I'm not really that sure, but I'm assuming easily G1, G2 standards, right, this guy. Lele also has been joining quite a few tournaments here and there for this region as well. So we'll see who is gonna come out ahead then. Like I mentioned as well, there's gonna be 2 coupon codes to be provided later during the stream, alright? So just make sure to sit back, relax. And once the code is out, make sure to collect it as soon as possible, okay? Because there's gonna be limited redemptions on it. Alright. So, smooth sailing for Jin Yao. What will it be for Similan or Lele? Alright, here we go. The best of 5 between these two players. Oh, once again, very good options that they have. So Similan here. First pick will be the Layla. Alright. So if you're gonna go with Layla, I think... Oh, Lele is going for the Kovarchi and Chiwu. Okay, very interesting. Let me see what combo he has. Wait, if you go Chiwu... Are you going for some sort of Win Zenitsu game? You got attack buff, you got AoE stun, big damage. Kovarchi. Annabelle is also gonna be good here, pairing with the Kovarchi, right? Yeah, those two units are gonna be in line with the attack buff. So Similan is gonna be placing the Kanal and Tomoe here. However, Lele opts for a Heigang and the Tetsuya. I feel like this 4 units so far does not provide much damage output. And also not really good controls. It's just like a single target stun here and there. Heigang, we've seen Heigang not performing well today, as well as yesterday, because he doesn't do much damage, right? So Similan here can capitalize on that, going for the Josephine and the Shizuka. Alright, there needs to be some sort of big burst damage or some sort of controls for Lele. What are you going to do here? Going for the Ragdoll, alright. But you don't really have armor breaks apart from Tetsuya's chance for normal attack armor break, which is quite low. I think it's only like a 25% chance to land. So bans will be applied. The Kovarchi removed, as well as the Tomoe. So HP leader definitely on the side of Similan. Oh, the Josephine is gonna be so annoying in this match, because Heigan can stun, Tetsuya can stun as well. Chiwu, HP situation not that high. They're going for the sleeve attack, placing the glancing onto 3 units except the Shizuka, getting the pushback right there. And you kinda need to send this stun onto the Layla, right? No other options. So you gotta give the Josephine the attack bar and the turn. I think going for the provoke onto the Ragdoll didn't make much sense. I think he forgot there's a Heigang in the field. So trying to stun up the Tetsuya were probably the better player, right? So sort of gluttony here. Glancing, didn't get the attack bar pushback. Now, Similan will be able to start working onto the Tetsuya if he chooses to do it. He's just gonna be sending the second skill there. And now what do? Resistance on the Layla. Gets the armor break. If this Ragdoll violent procs though. Imagine. Okay, nope. So additional turn here. Tetsuya can stun, but you're gonna give the turn once again. That's why I said this Josephine is super pesky, but in a way Ragdoll slightly counters it a little bit, because you're guaranteed crit on that unit, right? So Ragdoll's passive is gonna come into play. Now Layla is gonna be taking a lot of heat. Yeah, with this armor break, the Ragdoll did so much damage right there. The provokes landed. Here comes the ghost. Nothing much. So I guess this match depends on whether the Kanal can get another round of the AoE attack. So he's starting to work onto the HP of this Ragdoll though. Oh, this is scary. Oh, you're gonna make him within the 30% threshold for the ignore defense, right? And you don't really have good damage output as well. Fighting fire with fire here. So Chivo getting the beneficial block onto the Kanal. Josephine, what are you going to do? Gets the additional turn. The Ragdoll not under torrent range just yet. And that's gonna be the soul protection. I think you kinda need to... Oh, that's not the smartest choice. I think you should have just put it onto the Kanal. You can reduce the cooldown as well. Now you might lose your Kanal, right? Because he's already so low on health. You see, if you actually put it onto the Kanal, he had the third skill up. You have to take into account additional turns. Oh. However, I think it's still fine. Yeah, the Ragdoll now is under torrent range though. He needs to stun this Ragdoll. If not, game over. Oh, not under torrent range yet? That must be like what, 1% off? That is like what, 31%? Wow. Wow, Similan calculated everything. Nice. However, it's 2v2 though. So here all things in nature will be applied. And do you just go all in onto the ragdoll here? I think you got no choice. Yep, the Kana will be able to finish off that unit with the Sword Rain. And now it's just left this Heigang all alone. Heigang stands no chance. Alright. So 1-0 goes to Similan. Very interesting match right there. I mean, like, a lot of back and forth, honestly. And yeah, I was actually shaking when Similan just went all in onto the ragdoll first. Once it was accidentally under 30%, then one torrent, boom, your whole match is over, you know. Because if Shizuka goes down, there's no more revives. Josephine can't really do much as well. So Lele this time will be opening it up with the Vanessa. So both players here have the option for an LD pick. Although not the best of ones, you know. We've never really seen Maximilian coming into the field because I feel like the Maximilian runes that they apply for this challenge arena battle mode is just a little tad bit squishy, right? Most of the time you just get burst down on turn 1 and then you can't really do much. So Similan this time going for a speed lead. The double monkeys. And Lele opting for this Annabelle. The Annabelle Ereshon. So far, the win rate for Ereshon also quite low. Are people actually still using this unit for RTA? Sometimes, right? I think the new Holy Trinity is that Ofina Tetsuya combo. So yeah, this rotation we don't have Tetsuya. I mean, we don't have the Ofina for the challenge battle mode. Hopefully next month we get to see it, like next season, you know. So a Wind Robo might be picked up for the side of Lele. We know the unit is quite fast. And pivoting into a Tessarion after that. Okay. Very interesting. So speed leads applied on both sides. Shiho here will still outspeed though. However, you can only control one of the strippers on the side of Lele. So do you go and try to stun off that Wind Robo? He's thinking it through. Chances is low. And he did not get the stun. Now, Wind Robo needs to apply the second skill. Gets the strip onto 3 apart from that Shiho. So Vanessa here can try the armor break. Alright, playing it safe. Evershan can follow through with the third skill as well. So Dragon Bombardment. Oh, not able to strip the Shiho again. Wow, 2 skills, no strip. Now Layla Oblivion up as well. This Kana doing the normal the second skill first. Okay, very interesting. So he's gonna be turn cycling here quicker than the opponent. Now suppression will be applied as well. Oh, this is not looking good for Lele. All his units are suppressed. And they're controlled up pretty badly. Sword Rain with a big damage output. Wind Robo is down to 1 HP. However, there's still the revive from the Vanessa here. So there's gonna be another round of Karma applied. Can he get a stun though? No stun onto the Tsarion. I think if you are the Robo, you should just send the third skill, right? You were already 1 HP. And now Alter Ego attack to finish off that unit. And it's looking really grim for Lele. No fighting chance. all his units are slowed up. They're not gonna be moving for the next 5 years or so. Look at the attack bar. It's not moving. And there's no more revive from the Vanessa too. So big damage here onto the Tessarion. Layla, here comes the ghost, is coming up real soon. Yin bound the circle to place all these debuffs once again onto the entirety team of Lele. Yeah, it's looking really rough. This one didn't stand a chance. A very good drafting from Similan. So this Sword Rain doing more poke damage. Yeah, just a formality here. It's 2-0. Yep. Everybody just a sitting duck on the side of Lele. 2-0 lead for Similan. Yeah, he's drafting really well though. Gotta give it to him. And now, will it be another 3-0 sweep? From the looks of things though, it's been all kind of one-sided so far in this group stage B. Yesterday we've seen so many exciting, like even a reverse sweep yesterday, right? Like 2-0 down into a 3-2 victory. So Lele needs to be drafting a little bit better now. Annabelle first pick on the side of Similan. What will Lele do? I think here are your options, right? I guess you go Erishon and the Song Zhang Lao. I never really liked going for a healer if you're going for turn 1 cleave. Yeah, the Riley doesn't really synchronize with your team, you know. Of course, it's just a layer of support kind of thing, but if you really want to control cleave, you just go all in 5 units AoE damage. You know, you got Erishon, you got Heigang 2 strips, or maybe Erishon tricks. You got Song Zhang Lao for the AoE stuns, Kanal, the Water Werner as well. I will go for those 5, honestly. Riley doesn't synchronize with the team whatsoever. So going for the Veladrol and the Werner this time. Similan here. What are his options? Okay. There's the Light Tanjiro for ignore defense, which is gonna be really good against Vela, things like Werner as well. Because if you ban the Dark Monkey, right? Riley's heal doesn't help out the defensive units that much. They don't benefit from the attack buff. So Similan will be opting for this Chiwu and the Wind Robo. Chow last pick at the end as well. Alright. So what are the bans? I think if I am Similan, probably just remove one of the immunity heals. Yeah, Riley makes a lot of sense. The Ming doesn't synergize that well, but then there's gonna be really good damage output from that unit. So we'll see here. Chiwu will be able to go for the sleeve attack, failing to strip that Veladrol. So Wind Robo got no choice. He has to stun the Vela. Did not get it. A big stun onto the Veladrol this time. Yesterday in Group A. Okay, never mind. One additional turn, the monkey already down to 1 HP. But yeah, like I said, yesterday we've seen so many Tetsuyas failing to strip stun the Vela, right? And that actually cost them the game. So explosive power from the Werner, doing very good damage output though. So Tetsuya here has another opportunity to stun. Or do you just go for the finish? Alright, playing it safe, stunning the Vela there. Getting the additional turn to kill off the Song Zhang Lao as well. Now, Chow against the world though. It's still not over yet for Lele. I feel like Ming needs to come in clutch. You kinda need to use the Calm Mind, heal up your team a little bit. And now Battle Fisher block will be applied onto the Werner. it means that he's not gonna be getting that defensive buff. Chao critting that win robo. So another nice additional turn here, able to push back the Valadro a little bit more. And now Ming. Big armor break applied. However, with this additional turn, it means that the win robo is gonna go down. And he can steal that defensive buff away. So I think the Werner is gonna be dropping soon. Although there's gonna be the cleanse from Vela right now. Do you do the cleanse or the heal? Yeah, he opts for the heal instead. Oh, that 2-turn sleep. Now, if you're Chiwu, what do you do? Yeah, I think you kind of need to kill off that unit here because it's gonna be a trade-off 2v2. And from the looks of things, there's still strips from the Chiwu itself. Ming here... I don't know, man. Is Ming gonna be good against the Chao? Because one Justice that's gonna be packing a punch, right? Oh, one hit half-life. Wait a minute. I think Chao goes down here, right? Yeah, Ming will be able to win this 2v1. Yeah, the Chao definitely can't sustain there, and there's no way a Valadro survives this, right? Because you don't really have good damage now. And with the Calm Mind, the counter buff is just too strong. And Similan will take this 3-0 victory against Lele. So congratulations to him. Another clean sweep right here. And he's gonna be meeting Jin Yao later on in the semi-finals of Group B for the Grand Esports 2026 regional qualification for the English-speaking countries in Southeast Asia, alright? So, next up, we have our third quarterfinal match. And it's gonna be up against the two Filipinos, right? Cute and Magnum Phoenix. And then lastly, for the other quarterfinal match, the final one, it will be Kai from Singapore up against Pooh from Malaysia. Alright, so here we go. Here's the bracket that we have so far. Pretty much one-sided. Just a 3-0 casual sweep for Jin Yao and Similan here. Very good drafting for sure. And we'll see what other potential combinations we see that these players will pick for the Challenge Arena Battle Mode. Okay, once these two players are ready, we should be able to hop into that. Alright. So another best of 5 here between Cute and Magnum Phoenix. I think these two players, yeah, they are also quite decent in terms of RTA. I remember casting Cute few times before, so have very good knowledge in RTA here. So each player has one LD pick. Magnum Phoenix going for the Heigang opening. That's something we don't see too often. Yeah, I think Heigang opening is a little bit weak. There's like other better options. Yeah, you know, Singzer is always one of those good ones. The rune quality for the Singzer in this Challenge Arena Battle Mode is quite strong. So Magnum Phoenix is gonna go with the Layla and the Gapsu here. Cute took the Vanessa and the Shiho. So AoE stuff coming up from Magnum Phoenix. I think Shizuka here makes kind of sense. Vert to attack bar, boost the entire team. Yeah, it means that he's not banning off that Layla for sure. Alright, Ming and a Josephine. So Josephine is gonna counter a little bit onto the Shiho as well as the Shizuka. What is the last pick going to be here, boys and girls? Do we see a Ragdoll? Alright, we do. So Ragdoll counters the Josephine. I think it's a Ming ban. Yep, for sure. And Speed Leader will be applied on the side of Cute. There's only defensive lead for Magnum Phoenix, I believe. Now going for the accuracy instead, alright. So here we go. First match of this best of 5 between Cute and Magnum Phoenix. So Shiho will move first. Who do you stun though? Do you go and send it onto the Layla here, praying that you don't stun that unit? Going for the Gapsu instead. So giving the attack bar for the Josephine. Now, here comes the Ghost. Oh, getting the silence onto the Shizuka. That is huge. Now, glancing applied as well. Gapsu. What are you gonna do here? Do you put the branding onto the Shiho? Yep. I think that's the play. Now, whenever you strip, there's the Heigang in the field. Once again, Ragdolls are not doing much work. So here you can only opt for the normal attack. Good damage done. Shizuka is moving next. He needs to stun. Didn't get it, so all things in nature is coming. Look at all those debuffs. But everything gone already. Alright. This is gonna take a while. I think no one will die anytime soon, right? Heigang exhausted his strip earlier already. So Josephine here can go for the full strip onto the Shiho. I think that is the unit you just want to kill off first, because it's gonna be the squishiest, right? So another round of shields. Oh boy. That Shiho is not looking healthy. And there's no heals for the side of Cute. Heigang now will be able to apply the strip, getting double stuns. That is big. So if you're Cute, you're kinda lacking damage here, right? Yeah, you see the Ragdoll going twice every single time, but still only able to do like, what, 10 to 15% of the enemy's health. That's not good enough. So here, Armor Break needs to be applied, failing to do so onto the Layla. There's still revives from the Vanessa here, right? Because I think earlier the Shiho died towards the Soul Protection. Oh wait, no, it got stripped. Alright. So there's gonna be the strip. Josephine failing to land it. Yeah, Layla is the one that you kinda need to kill off first, I guess. Although the Heigang is also very annoying. Because the Heigang is the one actually cleansing the entire team. Heigang Josephine, always one of those very staple combos together. So now, can he land the slow debuff? He gets it. And Shiho is gonna go down here. And the options for Cute is very limited now. If that Shizuka goes down, game is definitely over. So, can he get a stun? He gets it onto that unit. Vanessa now does have the revive. So there's something working for Cute. Okay, Shizuka is back. But can she survive this Gapsu? She can't. She gets stunned up instead. And sayonara to that Shizuka 4v2. And Cute is just gonna abandon this match. Magnum Phoenix getting it 1-0. Yeah, I think that Ragdoll pick didn't make much benefit. Basically didn't help out Cute's cause, right? No benefits there. The attack bar increase was just a little bit too slow as well. Didn't get much of it. And yeah, the Layla controls were really good, as well as that Josephine. The Josephine every other turn giving the entire team the shield. And we got shield with Heigang as well. Your single target strips like Vanessa, it's not gonna be doing anything. So Cute this time will be opening up with the Chandra, Magnum Phoenix going for the Annabelle and Layla once again. Okay, very good counter picks here in the form of Karnal and the Singza. So if you're Magnum Phoenix, you go to AoE. I think you can go greedy with the Tricks. You know, Tricks, Chiwu. You got Glancing. Okay, Wusa Tricks is also a very nice pick. So you got some form of immunity to deter that Karnal slow as well as the Chandra. There's no strippers on the side of Cute just yet. So needs to pick some sort of strips. Probably the Water Werner. Oh, Riley and Tomoe instead. Alright. So here we go. Magnum Phoenix is gonna go for a Dyna at the end. That is a very interesting Dyna. I don't know. I feel like Dyna doesn't really do much here. Because there's Karnal and the Tomoe, right? Two fire picks. Okay, here we go. So Chandra now. Right off the bat, just gotta go for the hug onto the Tomoe. Wish of Immortality will be placed. And there's no strips for Cute, you know? That's why I felt like the Tomoe and Riley were a little bit questionable in that sense. And Dyna is just gonna go into town onto that Chandra. So full heals back onto everybody on the side of Cute. Kama, oh, the suppression actually landed. Now, if you're Annabelle, do you actually just send the armor break? Going for the heal instead. I think sending the armor break made a lot more sense, you know. The slow debuff is huge. You kinda need it. So a big stun onto the Chandra here. Wusa can heal up the team a little bit. Gets the additional turn. Can he sleep? He gets it onto the Karnal, but Karnal is gonna wake up from that. And Sword Rain. The Dyna is gonna be moving soon. Slow debuff applied as well. Wow. Dyna is gonna be hitting really hard here. I think he can probably one-shot the Riley as well. Oh, the Dyna getting stunned. Very unlucky there. So he's still even playing grounds, but Karnal is already down to 1 HP here. Riley has the 4th skill, able to sustain the team a little bit more with this violent proc. Karnal back to almost full health. Wow. That Tricks didn't strip much, and now there's gonna be the heals. So back to square one-ish. Dyna here not able to transform anymore because of that suppression. So getting provoked. Big stun onto the Karnal. He needs to bring down this unit as soon as possible. So this Tomoe is doing a pretty good job at it, you know. So more heals. Another additional turn. Wow. The Riley coming in clutch. 2 turns every time. So now Wusa actually just gonna be going for the 3rd skill. So another additional turn from that Tricks. Next turn he does have the strip into the Annabelle slow. So that's gonna be something working for Magnum Phoenix. The Dyna is still gonna be taking most of the damage here. I think it's gonna be quite hard for Cute to bring down that Dyna in the next couple of turns. So it's gonna be heals applied. Tricks will definitely go for the virus. Not able to strip the hug. Oh, he needs to get this stun onto the Dyna. Very important. Now Tomoe will be able to do the Yin and Bounded Circle, pushing back the opponents. Man, Magnum Phoenix can't catch a break. He had so many like very good chance to like kill off the Riley, but then last minute the Dyna gets stunned up, things like that. And it's looking bleak. Alright, Dyna is back though. And it's moving next. It means that it's gonna be securing the kill onto the Chandra already with this transformation. Yeah, there's no way the Chandra survives this. And now he can transform back and try to stun off that Riley as well. Oh. He goes for the stun onto Tunnel. He tried to do it. Now playing it safe. Going for the shield buff. So no stun from that Tomui. Kanal is gonna be taking so much damage here. Look at that Tricks go. Just a normal attack. 30% health of that Kanal went down. Man. And that Dyna is still alive. Oh, Dyna MVP actually. Wow, what a good showcase from Magnum Phoenix. In my head, right, it didn't really make much sense going for a Dyna there. But it actually worked out so well for Magnum Phoenix, you know. Because I think Cute, when she went for the Riley and Tomui at the last phase of the draft, it was a little bit too passive, right? Where you don't have good damage output. And also, Tomui doesn't really scale well against a Wusa when there's like two buffs on the opponent's head. 3 turns immunity, one of them, right? So yeah. The Dyna just survived the whole time. Too strong. Okay, Cute this time. Tetsuya and the Josephine. Magnum Phoenix going for an immunity user in the form of that Vela. Do we see a Chandra pick here? Okay, Tesarion is good. Makes a lot of sense. Going for the Abilio as well. Alright, so you can cut in between to heal up your team. Cute is gonna go for the double monkeys once again. So, looking at Cute's lineup, they have very good single target controls. However, lacking the healing department. So is that gonna hurt her later on in the fight as time goes by, right? Because Magnum Phoenix does have couple of heals in the form of Vela and the Abilio. You got Hug from the Chandra as well. Very solid draft all around for Magnum Phoenix. And if I were Cute, I think I'd just go Annabelle with ban off the Vela. Something like that, right? Yeah, Annabelle is a very good pick here. You don't really have good strips. It's all like single target, stealing here and there. Do you ban off the Vela or the Abilio? I think it's either one of those. Tesarion is also gonna be really annoying. Because Hug onto the Tesarion, he's not gonna be dying that soon. And Oblivion is just gonna be a really strong debuff against Cute's whole draft. So it's gonna be the Veladrol and the Annabelle ban here. Okay, here we go. Yep, definitely speed leads on both sides. Are we going to see another 3-0 sweep? It might be, you know. I think Magnum Phoenix has a very good shot at doing this. 3-0. So Werner here, I think you just go for the normal attack. You get the defense buff first, and then you can strip. So that's gonna be doing more damage. So stealing the invincibility buff away right off the bat, and Josephine will be able to provoke this Abilio. Now, do you hug your Werner? You have to. And we do know that this Chandra is on a violent build. So you don't need to be afraid trying to despair the opponent. Alright, armor break now applied onto the Shiho. Unfortunately not able to get the Oblivion. So who do you work on right now? Armor break applied onto the Chandra. The monkey cleansed itself from that armor break. So big stuns from the Shiho. Abilio will be able to cut in between to heal up and gets the provoke onto 2. So who do you work on now? I think you kind of need to send the wall blow first. Yeah, trying to do a little bit of poke damage onto the Tetsuya. The monkey resisting the Oblivion is actually huge though. He's doing so much work now. Gaining tons of attack bar. Additional turn from the Werner. So Josephine here gets... Oh, no provoke onto the Thessarion. Alright. So back to square one, I guess. Abilio next turn soon has a wall blow. He needs his heal up next turn. So Shiho here will be able to apply the alter ego attack, getting the stun onto the Thessarion. If this unit violent proc, okay, he didn't get it. So Thessarion is in trouble now. If you're the Singza, do you go all in, try to kill off that unit 2 turns every single time? Wow. Okay, big damage done. Thessarion's still surviving here. However, he's gonna be dropping. Alright, 3v3. The Werner is looking really strong in this context, you know. A nice additional turn. So next turn he does have the AoE damage again. And that is probably going to kill off the Josephine or the Singza, right? Oh wow, he actually opted for the stun. Big damage done. Man, this Singza is still proccing twice every single time. The alter ego attack, the Abilio is gonna go down. There's gonna be the hug. Yeah, I think you kinda need to do the hug into the slow. Singza is gonna drop. And potentially the Josephine too, right? 1 HP there, double stuns. It's not over yet. This is gonna be a very close match. So Werner not getting stunned up there is huge. He needs to go for the kill here. And next turn he does have the second skill. So he can potentially strip this invincibility away. Did not get it. It's 1v1. Can he stun? Oh, he gets the stun onto the monkey. I think you kinda need to just normal attack all the way. Yeah, Magnum Phoenix knows it. The alter ego attack. Oh, that is so much damage. And the Shiho is gonna prevail in this one. 2-1. Alright, so we have a match here, boys and girls. Not bad. The Shiho at the end of the day over there. Yeah, 50% attack increase. It's just too much for that defensive unit to handle, right? Especially Werner, he doesn't have high HP. Yeah, every poke damage there was so much. So do we see a potential reverse sweep here? So far, all the matches today were 3-0. Now, finally, we have one 2-1. So Tetsuya first pick for cute. Magnum Phoenix will be going for the Annabelle and Trix. Well, that is a very good LD option for Magnum Phoenix as well. If I'm him, I'm just gonna go the big... Oh, Vert and the Singza. Okay, he's playing it very smart. So 2 units that potentially counters the AoE coming up from cute. Because Wind Robo, when you do the AoE, Vert maybe counter in between, things like that. There's gonna be the Layla and Kana as well though. And it's gonna be the Josephine right at the end. Okay, Vert ban as well as the Layla. From the look of the draft here, I'm leaning it towards Magnum Phoenix, alright? He does have good options to counter that lineup coming up on Cute. So, going for the Giant Punch, it means that you are giving the Josephine the turn. I don't think that's the smartest of choice, you know? Because the Song Zhanglao was moving next, Song Zhanglao blocks the Josephine from waking up. I think he should have probably waited a little bit to go for the Giant's Punch. So now Monkey getting stun up. There's gonna be the Sword Rain, but Annabelle will be able to... Oh, Annabelle getting stun up by the fire unit. Very interesting. Oh, the additional turn. So Summon Clouds will be applied. AoE Armor Break. And there we go. You can't shake off from this. It's gonna be tough. Annabelle still not proccing. Josephine will get the turn, however, not able to stun. Singza procced out as well. Close match here. Big stun onto the Wind Robo. There's just too many shields from Josephine. Every time. Too strong. So Kana will proc out from that stun. Not able to provoke the Annabelle. It means that there's gonna be potential heals coming in real soon. Or if you're Annabelle, do you just send it? I think you go for the heal first, right? Play it safe. And now you can try to control something. Probably the Dark Monkey, right? Yeah, the Dark Monkey is gonna be a little bit pesky. Tetsuya here. You stun, you give the shield again. Oh boy. Wow. There's nothing much Q can do though. Yeah, you can only land debuffs, but there's no damage. The shield from the Josephine every single time just too strong. And bam! The Wind Robo is dead. Additional turn from the Song Zhanglao though. The Dark Monkey one now this time able to apply the armor break onto the Josephine, but do you go for the stun? He tried to. And Kanal here getting the crit. Big crit right there. Now gotta control the monkey and virus applied. Well, I think this is the death of Cute. Yeah, because once this is going to be placed, the slow debuff is huge and Cute knows it. She's gonna concede this one, and it's a 3-1 victory going to Magnum Phoenix. Once again, another very good drafting coming up from these players, alright? And for our final quarter-final match of Group B, we are gonna be seeing Kai and Pooh. Alright, two of those players are fighting each other out. And then after that, we are gonna be having a short break as well. Alright, so... don't go anywhere. The coupon code, one of them is gonna be released real soon, alright? After this match. After this best of 5 between Kai and Pooh. So Kai, we do know, he's one of those players also very active in normal RTA. I believe he has like things like Gianna, right? Yeah, he always go for the Sierra Gianna pairing. Pooh is a very heavy LD abuser. And we'll see whether he has the knowledge when it comes to challenge arena battle mode, right? Because most of these players, you know, when they climb really high in normal RTA, they are relying a lot on all their LDs, things like that. Maybe they don't play too much RGB units. So they might be a little bit lacking in that department, alright? So here we go. Pooh up against Kai. A best of 5 between these two players. Alright. Chandra first pick. And Kai is gonna rebut it with the Erishon and Shiho. So these two players love to go turn 1 kind of thing. We'll see whether Pooh is going to pivot here into some sort of... Oh, there we go. Tricks and the Layla. It's gonna be some sort of speed contest here. Tetsuya to cut in between, providing another form of speed lead, and Kai will go for this Shizuka as well. Locking it in. So what will Pooh do here though? Do you go for Singza, Fire Inosuke, Singza, Werner, Chao Diana? Okay, alright. Those two also good. So it's like a mind game here, you know? You pick in that Diana, it means that you're asking him to force ban that one. He's eyeing your Tetsuya as well in terms of the ban. So Kano at the end here, it means you're probably banning off the Chao. Yeah, Chao ban. And the Shizuka will be removed too. Okay, speed leads on both sides. However, Shiho definitely will be moving first here due to the high base speed and also very quick swift runes. The alter ego attack, getting the stun onto the tricks. Float through with the Ereshon. A despair stun applied onto the Layla as well. So Dinah here is just gonna go for the defensive route, placing the shield for the entire team. And there's gonna be the hug onto the Diana right now. No choice. Additional turn to... Ooh, that is good damage done. So Layla here, not getting stun up. Here comes the ghost is incoming. Oh, but she got pushed back so much. So Eagle will be able to stun this unit. Dinah, however, gets the additional turn. Okay, another proc here. Oh, big stun from that Dinah. Didn't expect it to stun the Kano though. And now, slow debuff applied. Trick's passive is just playing so much here. Without him even doing anything, right? He's just like getting stun up left and right. But that is gonna be so much damage done onto the Shiho already. That's 5 debuffs. Look at that. Tetsuya here. There's gonna be another round of hug. And that unit will go down. 3v4. It's looking really good for Pooh right now. So more controls to come. The silence onto the Kanal is huge. So he cannot follow through with the Sword Rain and he's gonna be going down now. 2v4. The alter ego attack to save the Shiho a little bit here. Dinah finally goes down, but I think that's a little bit too late. Everybody here 1 HP and Pooh will be bagging this 1-0 victory. So very good drafting, I'd say. I think that Dinah pick was not bad. But you didn't really need that Dinah to like transform into the nuke. It was just there to place the shield to survive a little bit longer for the entire team of Pooh. Alright. So here we go. Round 2 between this best of 5. Each player here does have an LD option. Okay, we'll see whether they will pick it or not. So Kai. Annabelle. Annabelle openings are really hard to deal with. I don't know, you kind of need to pick like a Singza, I guess. Yeah, Singza is good. Usa as well. So Kai this time going for the White Tiger Blade Master Fire one, which is the Fire Inosuke, as well as the Ereshon. So double fire, very, very fast picks from Pooh. The Siren is good. Oh, that Vela and the Werner at the end. Okay, do you go for a Chao? I think Chao here looks quite menacing, right? Yep, there we go. Because Chow don't care about Ereshon anyways. You probably just want to deter things like the Annabelle or the Werner, right? I think one of those are the bans. You remove Annabelle means no big heals coming up from Kai. Chow at the end of the day is like a forced ban. So we'll see. Yep, Chow and the Fire Inosuke actually getting banned out this time. Okay, speed leaders definitely on both sides. And we'll see whether this is going to be a back and forth series between these two players, alright? So 1-0 lead for Pooh at the moment. Will it be 2-0 or 1-1? We'll see soon. So Wusa will be able to move in front of everybody else. Placing the Wish of Immortality. Gets the additional turn as well. So don't really need to use the second skill to heal up. Everybody's still full life. And that's a big stun onto the Tricks. Now Vela will be able to go for the Sanctuary. However, with this additional turn, the strip is good. And do you go for the Triple Crush? Trying to kill off the Ereshon first. Big additional turn. And the Lizard Man goes down. The big lizard. So Annabelle here, you need to send the armor break slow debuff. No other options. Amazing how that monkey didn't get the counter passive on it. So starting to work on to the Annabelle. Now explosive power, big damage done by the Werner. The monkey is not doing anything yet. No counter from the passive. So branding landed. Okay, Oblivion finally applied onto the Werner. Big stun. So this is Kai's to lose, honestly. I think with the slow debuff that is actually helping Kai a lot. However, with this additional turn, the Annabelle is so low on health already. She gets the heal into a Vile proc though. And more big burst damage here. The Tricks. Okay. Sanctuary up. Tricks needs the strip, did not get it. Oh, it's not looking good. Who does not have the sustainability to deal against Kai's draft? Now another round of Water Guardian Angel, this time landing the armor break and slow debuff onto the Singzer as well. And Tussaran is definitely gonna be going down here. 3v3. And it's not looking good for Pooh. Every time he plays the immunity up, it gets stripped right off the bat. And Trix is gonna be dying here. I think this one, safe to say, Kai is going to win. Yeah, the Wusa goes down. And there's nothing much this Singzer can do from here on out, alright? So everybody's still very healthy on the side of Kai. You can see this Werner. Even against a wind unit, is doing so much damage, bro. Yep, and it's 1-1. I just felt like that draft... I don't need to ban the Annabelle or the Vela instead. Yeah, the Annabelle was like really annoying. Okay, so 1-1. Hopefully we get a back and forth series here, right? All the way to best of 5. Last round decider. So Pooh will be getting first pick. Going for the Layla. Alright, so we're seeing a Tetsuya and the Werner. Okay, Pooh has been actually loving the Tricks pick. So going for the Tricks once again, together with the Shiho. So Singza and the Hey Gang, alright. Hey Gang though, I guess it's a force ban-ish, like, I don't know man. I'm not really a fan of Hey Gang in the Challenge Arena Battle Mode for some reason. So going for the Annabelle and the Fire Inosuke at the end for Pooh. Kai, last pick needs to be a really good one, and it's gonna be the Shizuka. Alrighty then, so Shizuka, I guess it's fine. I mean, like, it's hard for her to die, so all things in nature should be applied somewhere along the lines in that match, and it could probably change the tides of it, alright? So it's gonna be the Hagen ban as well as the Annabelle. Here we go. Defensive lead against a speed leader coming out from Kai. Shiho will still move first though. So there's gonna be a potential stun onto the Tetsuya. Or does he even go for the Shizuka instead? Okay, opting for the safe bet. Now, no strip onto the Shizuka. It means that all things in nature is coming. And do you want to send it right now? Because the tricks is gonna be cutting in between. Probably holding on to it makes more sense. Alright. So Kai agrees to that. Now tricks just gonna be going for that skill 2. So it's gonna be susceptible towards the Shizuka's all things in nature coming up next turn. And there's no more strips for Pooh as well. So Werner doing more damage here. I think Kai is looking really hot in this one. Invincibility buff for the entire team for 2 turns. That is big. Now armor break applied onto the Layla as well. Nothing much Pooh can do at the moment. So here, big damage done onto the Layla. Trying to work on it. Werner once again has the second skill. Soul protection to reduce the cool time of that Werner. A big stun. Nothing much this Shiho can do. And the Fire Inosuke is actually getting controlled up the whole time. So the passive is not working, unfortunately. Okay, another additional turn here. And from the looks of things, everything on the side of Kai is still really healthy. Trix is probably gonna be going down here as well. So the Shiho already died. It's all up to this Fire Inosuke. And I don't think he cuts it. We'll see though, we'll see. Because Kai also doesn't have good damage output now. It could be a potential solo 4v1 by the way. So he's placing the soul protection onto the Werner. Oh, big stun though. And I think from here it's kind of Joe over for this Fire Inosuke. He didn't get the violent proc as well. So very unfortunate there. Tetsuya can potentially stun it again. So very good lockdowns now. He needed to kill off the Tetsuya in time, I think. However, it's not over, alright? It's gonna be a pretty close one here. If the Werner goes down, imagine. But yeah, I don't think he sustains this, right? Slow debuff, he's not gonna be moving. And 2-1 victory goes to Kai. So very good showcasing once again. In terms of the drafting there, the Shizuka pick was really strong. And yeah, Pooh, I think he probably should have hold on to the Trick's second skill. But I think it didn't really change much of the outcome anyways if that happened. Because that unit was like stun up the entire time, right? So here we go. Round 4 of this best of 5. And there's 2 LD options this time for each player. And all of them are pretty decent as well. So we'll see what kind of composition they are trying to cook up over here. So going for the Tetsuya. Annabelle instead. So Layla and the Tricks. Oh, Josephine, okay. Oh, it's not looking good for Pooh though. I think you kind of need to fit in the Patter here. You know, Patter to counter the Fire Inosuke as well as the Annabelle. Okay, he agrees to that. So he's gonna go, oh, both sides picking in their LD picks. So the Ming and the Patter will be on to the side of Pooh. Light Tanjiro and Kovarchi attack buff, ignore defense. That is actually a very scary combination. And Pooh will be opting for this Wind Robo at the end. So who are the bans here though? Do you ban off the Josephine or the Fire Inosuke? It's gonna be the Fire Inosuke here as well as the Patter. So here we go. Both sides doesn't have any speed leader. But it all boils down to their knowledge. Who is moving first? Kovarchi. So attack buff, ignore defense incoming. There's no stopping that. I think right off the bat, that Ming is gonna go down. No way he sustains this, right? Whoever the Light Tanjiro attacks, right? So going for the Provoke instead. Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, Ming now got the chance to kill off this Light Tanjiro. So Giant's Punch, big stuns. Oh, did not get it onto the Annabelle. Layla getting stunned up as well, and that's gonna be the heals. Actually, no, Annabelle sending it because he calculated that he's gonna get a violent proc right there. And now, Ming is definitely for sure dead. Or very close. Now, the controls from Pooh is coming. Is this the comeback for Pooh? Because Ming here goes down. However, yeah, all these debuffs not hurting Kai that much. And Annabelle later on can heal up the team too. So Wind Robo, no skill 2 yet. Layla needs to apply some debuffs, did not get it. And Kovarchi with the immunity placed. Gets another additional turn on that Annabelle. Provokes landed. So he does not want to stun anybody up here. If not, that Josephine is gonna get the beneficial block, right? Okay. So next turn, can this Wind Robo survive one more turn? That is the question. So Kovarchi here, do you boost up the Annabelle and pray that you get an additional turn? Okay, going for the Tanjiro instead. So big glancing. I think even with glancing here, this skill is gonna do a lot. The Tricks goes down. Layla provoked. You do this, you're gonna be giving the Josephine the shield, right? Oh, she does not have it. Oh, that is huge. Potential comeback incoming. Okay, nope. The additional turn to secure the kill onto the Wind Robo. And it looks to me, Kai will be progressing onwards to the semi-finals as well. So, very good drafting once again. But he never really utilized the Light Tanjiro's second skill. He always preferred to go for the branding and the provoke. But worked out well, right? So yeah, Kai will be locking in his slot. Here is the bracket for Group B so far, right? So we do have our semi-finalists for this group, which is gonna be Jin Yao, and he's gonna be fighting Similan there. And on the other hand, we have Magnum Phoenix up against Kai later on, alright? So we are going to be releasing the first code of the night, everybody. Make sure to collect this one right now. It is 2 more for Group B. You'll be able to get 100 energy and 1 mystical scroll. 2 more for Group B, okay? Type this in as quick as possible. Collect your free rewards because there's gonna be limited redemptions for these codes, alright? And we are going to be having a short break right now, so don't go anywhere. After the break, we'll be able to start the semi-final matches between these 4 players.
To crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
going to crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
Going to crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
And we are back from our break, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to be having the semi-final matches for Group B coming up real soon. And for the first one, it's going to be like, what, Jin Yao, right? So we did see Jin Yao playing really well in terms of his drafting, very meticulous. And he's going to be up against Similan as well. So just once again, the overview, the top two players from each group will be playing in the regional final round. And after that, we'll be picking the top two players from each region then. And then they will be heading into the grand finals of the Grand Esports 2026. And it's going to be held offline in Hanoi, Vietnam on the 7th of July, alright? So, a very, very big esports tournament for this one. And we'll see who is the one going to take away the big prize pool here. So there's gonna be a total of 4,500 USD, as well as the 02 skill, 19 skill figurine, and also all the other good stuff, things like the figurines and also the LD packs, right? So it is all to play for. Big tournament right here. So in terms of the bracket for Group B, we have Jin Yao up against Similan. Both of these players clean sweep 3-0 in their quarterfinal matches. And we also did see a very good showcase from Magnum Phoenix. So winning cute 3-1 right there, as well as Kai. Kai also providing a very spectacular performance earlier. So 3-1 victory against Pooh. And we'll see who are the top two players that is going to be progressing onwards for this group stage B itself, alright? And there's gonna be one more coupon code to be given out at the end of the stream. So make sure to stay tuned for that as well. Once it appears, make sure to collect it as soon as possible, alright? Before it runs out. So, here we go. Once the first two players are ready, we are able to dive into the first match of this semi-finals between Jin Yao and Similan. Alright. Here we go. One LD pick for each players here. And Similan will be getting the first pick. Alright, here we go. First pick, I think safe options are Singza or even the Layla. I think either one of those pretty good. Okay, Similan is going to lock in the Layla right here, and Jin Yao, he can probably rebut it with an Annabelle. Annabelle, good cleanse. Gapsu here is also kinda okay. Alright, Tetsuya. And the Annabelle. So when you see these two units, I think now you kind of want to go for a Patter, right? Patter. Hagang is also okay. So you got double strips already locked in. And you can probably fit in the Fire Inosuke as well, alright, if you're going for that route. So you 2 strips into the Provoke. 2 strips into Provoke. And after that, probably some counter picking for the last phase of the draft, right? So Chow so far can be a decent counter pick unit at the end. What will Jin Yao do here though? He's going for a Veladrol. Alright, and the Werner as well. So 2 fire, 2 water. Chow definitely gonna be picked up here. And for the last... Do we see a Shizuka though? I think Shizuka is a very good option. Going for the Singza instead. So honestly, I don't really like Singza here, mainly because he doesn't have any supportive units that is gonna be backing him up to provide more stuns as time goes by to sustain a little bit longer. So it's just a raw Singza right there. Doesn't have any heals for it. No cleanse as well. So Chow is definitely gonna be removed here, as well as the Tetsuya. So HP leader against speed lead. Let's see who is gonna prevail. From the looks of things, I'm slightly leaning the draft towards Jin Yao. Yeah, because even if you do this, Veladrol is gonna be moving ahead real soon. Unless you strip stun. Alright, he got the stun though. Annabelle can also cleanse. Annabelle is moving in front of that Veladrol. So he has to land the provoke here. It's gonna be really important. He did not get it. And now Annabelle will be able to heal up the team. And Veladrol will be able to apply that Sanctuary coming up. Everything on the side of Similan already exhausted. He does not have any more skills. And he's gonna be eating this Sword Rain. The slow debuff applied. Werner with the AoE attack as well, doing so much damage output. And Annabelle will be able to follow through with the AoE armor break and slow debuff. So it's looking really good for Jin Yao right now. He can just start going into town onto the Layla right now. So working a little bit onto the Heigang too. Layla does have the second skill. Only getting 1 stun onto the Karnal though. So that's not good enough. And the Karnal also just got a violent proc out of that. So Layla is gonna be dropping once that Veladrol moves. Yeah, you can stun the unit up, but it's fine. Nothing much Similan can do here. I don't know why he's spreading out his damage though. Now imagine the punishment didn't kill the Layla. So another additional turn onto the Karnal. No more damage output on the side of Similan. That is the reason why I always say the Heigang is not providing much most of the time. Especially when you pick in a Heigang here and you do not have any buffs on your team, right? Yeah, it means that the Heigang is just deemed useless. It's just gonna be good for that turn 1. After you're off wheel, then his passive is not gonna be applied. You want to go something like a Riley. If you're picking the Heigang, right? Go with things like Riley or Josephine that can provide a lot of buffs for your entire team, and then you can actually utilize more of the Heigang's passive. Alright? So yeah, I think Heigang was definitely a very dead pick right there. And Jin Yao leading this 1-0. For sure, he's opening up with the Tetsuya, right? He loves that unit a lot. Even in normal Arte, I think that's one of his best rune unit. So we'll see whether he goes for that option. If not, then it could be things like Singza or the Layla as well. Open up with a Wind unit. Potentially, you know. So taking his time, 30 seconds to pick in his first, which is the Tetsuya, and Similan will be going for the Trix and Annabelle. So if you're going Trix Annabelle, it means that Erishon is gonna be picked up somewhere along the lines there. And what will Jin Yao do? Does he go passive turn 2? He has the options for it. Yep, the Shizuka as well as Chow. Going for a RGB Layla. So this time, Gapsu will be fitted in. Although I don't really like Gapsu here though. I mean like, it only cleanses 1 debuff on the lowest HP ally. There is 10,000 debuffs coming out from Jin Yao. So yeah, I think Gapsu is kinda meh in that sense. In terms of if you want it to like cleanse your team, right? Maybe even the Riley is better in that context. So Jin Yao is gonna be going for the Shiho. Shiho is looking really strong against the 2 fire coming out from Similan, and it's gonna be a Villager pick as well. So this Vela pick, it means that Jin Yao is eyeing on that Tricks ban. There's only 1 AoE stripper at the moment for Similan. So what do you do? Werner is okay. Yep. Oh, the Layla is gonna be doing so much work here. I think the Layla is gonna be MVP in this match if she is not banned out. Alright, so we'll see what are the bans coming up from these 2 players, and we can dive into the second match of this best of 5 between Similan and Jin Yao. So both sides taking their time, and it's gonna be the Tricks ban as well as this Shizuka. I guess the winning condition for Similan is to hide under the Annabelle's clans, because Jin Yao's units all will be moving first, right? If he can survive Annabelle clans, gets an additional turn into the AoE armor break. Oh, look at that. 10,000 debuffs from the Layla. And Gapsu is just gonna be standing there like a meat butcher, not doing much. Just a meat shield in the sense. Villager will be able to apply the Sanctuary. And like I said, Villager's, I mean like the Gapsu's cleanse is not good. It didn't cleanse anything really, because there were like 6 debuffs on the Werner, right? So now just gonna start working a little bit onto the Gapsu here, placing the armor break right there. And who does he try to glance? Okay, he get it onto the Gapsu. Triple stun from the She-Hulk. And another round of Here Comes the Ghost. Look at all this damage output. The She-Hulk also hits really hard though. 5k crit. And you can potentially push back the Gapsu here. Didn't get the pushback resistance. But there's gonna be another round of Layla doing the second skill soon though, because of this stun. Yeah, Layla is gonna get the additional attack bar boost for it whenever there's a debuff placed. So this is definitely gonna bring down the Werner already. And another big stun onto the Gapsu. Annabelle getting controlled up once again. Oh, it's looking really rough for Similan. Nothing much you can do here. So don't even need to use the punishment, because you're gonna give the Gapsu the attack bar, right? So once again, the Layla is turn cycling so quickly. Another additional turn from this Tetsuya, getting the stun onto Annabelle. That is huge. So Annabelle here can't heal. Gapsu goes down. And with this Sanctuary intact, it's 2-0 to Jin Yao. Yeah, this one, Similan didn't even stand a chance. None of his units moved, you know. It was like controlled all the way from the start till the end. Rather unfortunate, but like I said, Gapsu is not one of those units to like cleanse against a Layla, you know, because Layla, so many debuffs just from the second skill. Easily you'll be able to place 3 debuffs, right? Like the slow debuff, the glancing, and also the beneficial block effect thingy. As well as there's a seal rune on the Layla too, you know. So yeah, potential 4 debuffs right there from one skill. So Similan here We'll be opening up with the Annabelle once again. So far, Annabelle win rate today has been looking bleak. Pretty bad, I'd say. Tetsuya has been working wonders though. And Jinyo has the option once again. Does he want to go for it? So it's gonna be the Layla and Shiho. So Similan here, opting for this Singzer right now. I think Singzer and a Patter makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you kind of want to go turn 2 right now. And then later on, you can probably fit in something like a Tsarion if you're not banning off the Layla. Things like that. As for Jinyao, the Kovarchi and the Song Zhanglao also works pretty well together. So I think you can actually just pick in those 2 units. And then maybe last pick like a Tetsuya. Alright, so going for the Tetsuya first. So you got very good single target stuns, single target strips, attack buff for the Kovarchi to place onto the entire team as well. So what will Similan do here? Ah, Hey Gang. Alright. Hey Gang and Ereshon. Ooh, I don't know about this. Seems like he's still lacking a little bit of damage, but he kind of needs to make it in line with his patter though. Like when you land the AoE armor break into the wall blow. So that is his only winning condition to kill off like something quickly. On the other hand, Jinyao is gonna be going for the Fire Inosuke instead of the Song Zhanglao. Alright. That's a very interesting pick. So if you're going for Inosuke, who are you banning though? Is it an Annabelle ban? Maybe even a Patter, right? I think either one of those. Oh, Annabelle, alright. So here we go. I think Similan is going to be having a very hard time bringing down that Fire Inosuke. That unit might just potentially solo the whole lineup coming up from Similan, right? I think this Fire Inosuke is gonna be really strong. So we'll just see. Start working onto the Patter. Because there's no heals once again from Similan. And that's not good. The Kovarchi single attack heal is gonna be sufficient, you know. And Similan does not have good damage output as well. So this team is very lackluster, you know. I mean, like at the end of the day, yeah, you got strips from Heigang and the Ereshon, but you don't have good follow-ups after that. You can only strip. But what is the Singzer and the Patter going to do about it? They're not synchronized with your lineup. So here, yeah, you can just continue working on to the Patter. Every top damage counts. Yeah, you can get some stuns here and there, but we'll see whether that is enough, alright? So this Shiho is on glancing. Probably gonna be tough to land like the skills, right? Very interesting choice of play there. Going for the all or nothing. Now, Shiho got deleted. But like I said, how are you killing off that Fire Inosuke? That is a huge problem, right? So Singzer will start working on it right now. He needs to land the armor break. The Dragon Bombardment to give the Tetsuya the attack bar. And now he can try to stun somebody up. Trying to apply the armor break, but this Tetsuya has been failing to do so the whole time. Now, Fire Inosuke getting stunned out once again. Finally, the armor break is applied. This is gonna be Jinyao's shot at killing off the Patter, and if Patter goes down, game is for sure over. Because Ereshon, Heigang, and Singzer can never kill off this unit. So that is big damage done already. And I think the Patter is gonna go down. Yep. And it's GG. I don't see any way for Similan to make a comeback here. This unit permanent full health. Yeah. It's gonna be a 3-0 sweep. The Fire Inosuke passive is just too strong. Able to heal up so much. Kovachi will be able to apply the attack buff once again. Yeah, this one, every poke damage counts. Like I said, no heals from Similan. This draft has been really weird though. Like, on one hand, he wanted to try to go for turn 1, and then suddenly you pivot into the Singza and Patter. The Heigang and the Erishan at the end, those two picks were redundant, you know. The Razor Cut now. Provokes landed onto 2. The monkey can't do much here, down to the last hit. Another round of attack bar and it's 3-0 victory, clean sweep for Jin Yao, the master of drafting. Very smart play once again. I like how he draft, you know. It's like he always open up. He doesn't really show too much of his strength. It's always like the standard things like Tetsuya, you know. You don't know, because with Tetsuya you can also still go like turn 2 comms. And then after that, bam, things like Shizuka, Velagio pick to fully counter the draft coming out from Similan, right? Earlier on. Where Similan only picked in 1 tricks, 1 AoE strip. You ban that one, then there's nothing much you can do. Because Velagio 1 Sanctuary is up. Yeah, game is probably over. Alright, so Jin Yao will be our finalist for the group stage B. And it means that he is also going to be locking in his slot in the regional final round. Alright, so the regional final round will be held on the 21st of June for the Grand Esports 2026. And then once we have the top 2 players from each group secured already, then we'll be having the final round itself. At that point, the top 2 players then will be moving onwards to the grand finals, alright, of the Grand Esports 2026 held in Hanoi, Vietnam. So second semi-final match here ongoing right now. It's Kai up against Magnum Phoenix. Magnum Phoenix is going to be going for that Velagio first pick. The Kai is gonna go a little bit aggressive here, picking in the Layla as well as this Werner. Okay, so Gapsu and a Ming. Very interesting. So picking into LD picks here. Oh, if I'm Magnum Phoenix, that's another very good option, you know. You can go Light the Big and Annabelle. Will he go for that route? So you got essentially 3 LD Net 5s on your draft. And those are all really good bruiser tanks, alright? They are very tanky and also doing really good damage. So if you're gonna go with this 2 at the end, it means that it's gonna be a patter ban as well. So Kai is gonna have a lot of troubles landing the skills onto this Light the Big. The Light Hwarang is really strong as time goes by. So Vert will be picked up by Kai at the end. Is it enough to cycle quickly? Yeah, I am not really sure, man. Because if you're running this Vert, it means that you're banning off what? Annabelle. Yeah, Annabelle ban and the Layla as well. Ming, I don't think the Ming and the Big is gonna die anytime soon. A single Gapsu here is good, alright? But we'll see whether Kai's Vert is gonna be giving the attack bar for the team a lot. If it does, then he can probably cycle quicker with his skills. But at the end of the day, you're on a timer because you don't have heals once again. Alright, so Magnum Phoenix trying to land the armor break onto the Werner. That is so much damage done just from the second skill from Gapsu. And flying kick combo. Werner down to last HP already. Can this Ming finish it off? So Razor Cut gets the provoke onto the Veladrol. Werner surviving by the skin of his teeth. 1 HP there. And he doesn't have the defense buff. So just opting for the normal attack first. Veladrol next turn has the Sanctuary up. It's a big, he doesn't care about your defense buff, his damage goes through those. And then Sanctuary is placed now into the Calm Mind and it's looking really good for Magnum Phoenix because nothing much you can do here really. Your Fire Inosuke is a dead pick. There's no strips to follow up into the second skill anymore. And yeah, at most he can just survive a little while longer here. Vert to give the attack bar rolling a little bit. He's just gonna be working onto this. So flying kick combo, this is gonna be doing like so much damage. Magnum Phoenix taking it 1-0. Very good drafting once again from him. I think Kai here, the Vert pick, a little bit questionable, right? Because at the end of the day, Magnum Phoenix was going more for single target units. Things like Veladrol, Gapsu, Ming, and the Light the Big, right? Those units are all single attack. So you are not gonna be benefiting from the revenge runes coming up from this Vert. It's not unviolent, right? So yeah. Banking on him moving, just giving that extra 40% every time is not gonna cut it. You need the Vert to provide like the revenge. Then only then it's good. So Magnum Phoenix once again going for the Veladrol and the Gapsu opening. It is only because he has that light unit again. That light pick. Which is gonna come in handy against the Shiho as well later on. Because the second skill goes through the invincibility buff. And there we go, the Josephine and the Light the Big. Kai is gonna rebut it with the Light Tanjiro as well as the Diana. So if you're going to go with a Diana here, are you banning off the Light the Big? Because you cannot really crit against it, right? There's like inbuilt glance. It's gonna be very sketchy. A lot of RNG involved. And Magnum Phoenix will be picking in this Monkey King at the end. The Singza. Bans are locked in and it's the Layla and Veladrol. Oh my lord. I think Magnum Phoenix is gonna get this one again. Because the Dyna cannot transform. The Singza can cut, cut in between if you're aiming the other units. Potentially stunning up the Dyna as well. Unless you just go all in onto the Singza first. So, we'll see about that. Nice stun onto the Gapsu. However, getting counter stun by that Josephine. The passive is just too good. Tanjiro is controlled up. So he has no choice but to only use the Dyna as a meat shield. Placing the shield buff. Armor break now applied onto the Light Tanjiro as well. This is looking rough for Kai. I don't think he has the answer towards this draft. So he cannot even use the Tetsuya to place the stun. Which is rather unfortunate, right? With this second skill stealing the shield away, Tanjiro probably plays some branding here and there. And he tried to stun the big. Nah, no way. The big passive too good. And now Even if you do this, you're aiming the Singzer only. Oh wow, that is a very big gamble coming out from Kai. He needs to bring down the Gapsu, at least removing one of the healers, you know. The main healer of the team. Big stun once again onto the Diana. The Big is free reign right now. Look at that damage output. And he's still so healthy. No stun onto the Diana. It's okay. Shiho is gonna go down here. 3k per hit. Yeah. As simple as that. 2-0 victory lead for Magnum Phoenix. Man. How do you stop this guy? Kai has no answers, right? The Big has been proving its worth, you know? So here we go. This will be our next 14th set of monster pool that we have for each player. Both also got LD, but unfortunately Magnum Phoenix does not have that like the Big this time. So, opening it up with the Pontos. And Kai is gonna go with the Singzer and Josephine this time. So Magnum Phoenix has about 10 seconds left. What is he opting to do here? Going for the Layla and the Tricks. Okay, so you got two really good AoE strips. Is this Velajo a good pick here? Okay, going for the Vela and the Ragdoll. So far, Ragdoll has been 0% win rate. And from what I remembered, when you're facing Tricks, the Ragdoll does not help out that much, you know. We did see in yesterday's Group A that there was actually one match, right? Where his Maximilian died very early on, but the Tricks, Layla, and I believe it was Werner, right? Still able to get the win really easily, even with Ragdoll in the field. So Vela will be banned out as well as the Pontos. Magnum Phoenix has a very, very strong arsenal of AoE coming in to play. And we'll see whether this Josephine is able to deter that from happening, right? Yeah, Josephine needs the shield up. But in terms of the drafting here, I think it's still slightly favoring Magnum Phoenix. So going for the strip stun onto the Karnal. Josephine will cut in between. Can she get the provoke? She does. And now Layla will be able to apply the slow debuff. And getting the huge stun onto the Josephine as well. Big counter stun onto the Tricks. Now, Ragdoll damage output not the best. But provokes will be applied onto 2. It's a big stun onto the Karnal. Oh, this additional turn might get Kai a hit, but the Karnal are already very low on health though. I think here you just gotta send it, right? You send the all or nothing, you stun up the Josephine, make sure that she does not have the passive up. And Karnal will definitely for sure go down here. No way he sustains that. A very nice additional turn from the Fire Inusuke, this time provoking the 2 other units apart from Josephine. So gets the Violent proc now. Shiho getting stun up. So no alter ego attack coming in soon. And there's gonna be the beneficial block onto the Josephine. Yeah, not able to remove the harmful effects onto this unit. Unfortunately, no stun onto the Josephine though. So that is actually very unfortunate. But I think it's still safe to say this one is in the bag for Magnum Phoenix, because now he can just go all in, just use the virus, 10,000 debuffs on the opponent's end. Yep, and it's a 3-0 clean sweep coming out from Magnum Phoenix. Man, this guy is on fire. Honestly, his drafting is on point. So far, never really seen him make any mistakes at all. And all his units that he's been picking he knows the idea, right? So you can see when he has the light the big option, he goes for very heavy single target kind of units. It's not like you're mixing Layla tricks into a light the big kind of thing that doesn't synergize well. So these two players have locked in their final slots in Group B, and Jin Yao, Magnum Phoenix, congratulations to them already. They are both gonna be progressing onwards to the regional final round. So we are going to be having a short break right now. Don't go anywhere. After we are back, we'll be having the final match for Group B. Don't go anywhere. See you soon.
To crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
To crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
Going to crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my God! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
Gets the defense.
Oh, here comes the Dragon's Dance.
crown you the first ever, the winner of the 2017 Summoners War World Arena Champion!
This might change the game.
Oh my god! The ball lands.
And he will finally go down. The Okeanos will take this game.
And we are back from our final break for today. And we do have the two finalists from Group B locked in already, which is Jin Yao and Magnum Phoenix. These two players will be representing into the regional final round together with Blackpink Royd and who's the other one? I believe Hachuka, right? Blackpink Royd and Hachuka came out on top in Group A yesterday. So regional final round will be held on the 21st of June, so make sure to stay tuned for that. For Group C, we are going to be having it on the 6th of June. Group D will be happening one day after that as well, on the 7th of June. So make sure to mark down your calendars. There's going to be tons of matches to still play on. And for now, we'll be seeing in a way, a fun show match between these two players, alright? So once they are ready, we are able to dive into it. There's no benefits winning this one, I guess, because at the end of the day, these two players are already qualified for the regional final round, and they're also gonna be getting the same rewards, where the top two players will be getting 500 crystals, and of course the important ticket to head into the regional final round. Over there, the prize only just gets bigger, alright? As the runner-up for the regional final round of the Grand Esports 2026 will receive the Devilmon Special Pack 2, and the winner will receive the SD Volume 1 figurine and a Devilmon Special Pack 1. After that, both of those players moving onwards to the Grand Finals of the Grand Esports 2026 will stand a chance to compete for a total prize pool of 4,500 USD, together with great outgame and in-game rewards as well. So Magnum Phoenix will be opening up with the Tetsuya this time. And Jin Yao, he does have that option for the light, the big. That is a very good option. However, no Gapsu though. But I guess you can still make do with a Veladrol, you know, you got immunity, potential single target armor break. So opening up with the Werner and the light, the big right there. And Magnum Phoenix. The Tanjiro is nice, but you're never ever going to be landing like debuffs onto that, the big, most of the time. And your ignore defense is also gonna be quite hard to utilize because of the glancing coming out from the passive. So Magnum Phoenix understands the situation, going for the Shizuka and the Annabelle. So Vela this time. What will it be? Vela and... do we see a Singza? Chao, alright. Yep, Chao is nice. So Chao doesn't really care all the debuffs coming out from Magnum Phoenix, and due to the fact that it has self-cleanse, right? So Dinah and the Light Tanjiro picked up at the end for Magnum Phoenix. And if you're Jin Yao, do you go something like a Carnal? Even the tricks here is quite okay. You got potential strip into armor break so that your other units do more damage. Layla makes sense too. Alright, so we are seeing a Layla pick here at the end. What are the bans though? It's gonna be the Dinah. So Layla removed as well. Magnum Phoenix. Does he have the opportunity to bring down this Werner in time? So we do see he has some sort of ignore defense, but the damage skill not that high. It's only roughly around like 20k. So Werner should still be alive most of the time. Annabelle here cannot benefit much from going for the third skill, so can only normal attack at the moment. Now, big stun onto the Vela Joel. Today we have been seeing Tetsuya landing the strip stun onto Vela most of the time. So I think here you just gotta send the third skill, go for the provoke branding. Yeah, no other way around that. So branding is applied onto the Werner. It means that later on, the ignore defense is going to do a little bit more damage. Chow. How much does this justice do? Not much. But the additional turn help out that Tetsuya do a little bit more. Another nice stun onto the Vela once again. And Annabelle now will be able to go for the AoE armor break. Or does she want to heal up? I think you kinda need to send the slow debuff first, right? Yeah, it's very important so that your opponent does not move that much. He gets the additional turn too. So Tetsuya is back to full life. Now, all things in nature applied as well. Big damage done onto the Werner. However, Vela with the additional turn means that he's able to cleanse up the whole team. And it's not over yet though. The Eagle this time failing to get the stun onto the big. The big is gonna do so much here. With the additional turn, able to bring down the light Tanjiro, and it's 3v3. How are you killing off that Chow? It's gonna be really tough. Because even if you use the Shizuka's second skill onto the light Tanjiro, he does not have the ignore defense yet. So he needs to keep applying this for another couple of turns before like the Chow goes down. So it's looking really good for Jin Yao this time. The armor break onto the light the big. It doesn't really matter. I think this Chow is just gonna clean the field, you know. So with this justice, yeah, just too many poke damage here. Healing department from Magnum Phoenix now also not that great. So punishment will come. He lands the armor break onto the Shizuka. That is huge. However, additional turn. He needs to cycle this quickly. One more turn for the damage. He can heal up the Shizuka again. Hold up. The Chow Justice is coming though. Or the slow debuff. It means that the Shizuka does have the all things in nature. And soul protection. Oh, no soul protection yet. Yeah, he only used that skill to bring back the light Tanjiro. And Chow is gonna go down here, right? Oh, last HP. That is very close to comfort. Jin Yao still might have this one in the bag if that Chow gets a violent proc. He does. So that's a very good shot at this Chow surviving. 2 turns once again. Chow back to half life. I think the winning condition for Magnum Phoenix is diminished because of that couple of turns. So Justice will bring down the Shizuka and Annabelle. There's nothing much you can do there apart from leaving the match. 1-0 leads for Jin Yao. Wow, what a match though. The Chow surviving 1 HP. I think if the Chow died there, definitely game over, you know. So yeah, he managed to cycle in time. It's just that, yeah, the ignore defense skill did not pack the punch that much. So 1-0 towards Jin Yao. A very close match. So what is Jin Yao going to first pick this time? Yeah, for sure is that fire unit, right? In the form of Tetsuya. That unit has been like really good so far throughout the whole tournament. Very good rune. So it's gonna be the light. I mean the fire Tetsuya here. Magnum Phoenix will go for the Shiho. So Shiho and Tricks. Shiho to first turn counter that unit. Now Jin Yao got a couple of options here. He can either go for a Patter, right? Patter is gonna be good. Maybe even a Shizuka as well. So Josephine makes sense. Yeah, he has that option in play as well. So Josephine will cut in between after the Shiho does the alter ego attack to potentially control somebody else. You never know, man, Josephine. One additional turn every single time you get your shield up again. And the shield is just too strong to handle, you know. So Magnum Phoenix will be going for this Layla pick. What else? Do you bring in the Light Tanjiro again? He does. Actually, Riley is a very good option at the end. It's gonna be synergizing with the attack buff for all the other units. So what will Jinya do here? Can possibly run an Abilio. Fire Inosuke is also okay. And a Vert at the end. Okay, yep. Vert is nice in this context because there's gonna be AoE skills coming up from all of these units. And he can potentially counter into giving the whole team attack bar. So Magnum Phoenix last pick. Going for the Chao. Alright, how do you kill Chao now? Chao is a force ban. There we go. Very good draftings once again from both players. And we'll see whether Magnum Phoenix has the opportunity to kill off something quickly. Because he's running resistance lead. Although Shiho will still be moving first in this lineup, right? Because I think the swift set on it is like really quick. So Shiho needs to get a stun. I think here you just gotta send it onto the Tetsuya. So you get the stun. Josephine gets the turn. You're able to go for the additional turn though. So Josephine now has the passive again. So silenced up is this Fire Inosuke. And Bert will be able to apply the attack bar for the team. Now strip armor break applied onto 2. So who do you work on right now? Placing the branding onto the Josephine as well. Alright. So Shiho here, all or nothing is coming soon. He needs to get some stuns though. However, Josephine has the passive up again. So even if you do this, a triple stun is only onto 2. Layla does not have the second skill yet, right? So Josephine, can she land the provoke? Another additional turn. Oh my god. Procs out the wazoo here. So many additional turns, you know. So Monkey, yeah, you can only normal attack and you don't really want a stun because that Josephine has the passive again. Oh boy. So Tricks, do you have your second skill here? One more turn. He needs an additional turn, did not get it. So Tanjiro is locked down. The light Tanjiro is not able to provide any debuffs for the team. Now Layla here, yeah, has to stun up that Josephine. Very important. So attack bar given on the side of Jin Yao. Tetsuya, no skill too. It means that I think Josephine might go down here with the alter ego attack, right? Or does he want to finish off the Tetsuya instead? Okay, Josephine is the smarter choice. A big stun from this Layla though. Yeah, the Despair stun is coming in clutch onto that Fire Inosuke. Now Vert able to apply more pressure here, bringing down the Tanjiro. So stealing the immunity away and potentially stunning the tricks. Oh my god, he got the stun onto the Shiho. There goes all of Shiho's buffs. With the additional turn here as well, provokes are landed. It's looking really good for Jin Yao now. So this Shiho does not have any skills yet. I believe only the second skill, right? Alter Ego attack is on cooldown 2 turns. He needs to get some big stuns. Alright, he got it onto 2. So Tricks getting counter stun instead. Oh, but that's big damage done onto the Shiho. Shiho might go down here. The Layla didn't provide much with this AoE attack. And now, very noble agreement double glancing. That seems to be an all-in play from Jin Yao. The Razor Cut once again able to bring down the Water Monkey, and it's 2-0. A 2-0 lead for Jin Yao. Beautiful match right there. I think like if the Tetsuya didn't steal the invincibility buff and also the immunity right off the bat onto that Shiho, things could have been a little bit different, right? Yeah, he could sustain longer. And then you can cycle with the stuns, gain attack bar, and then into the Alter Ego attack again. So, yeah, a little bit unlucky, I'd say, for Magnum Phoenix, but still a very good draft against Jin Yao. But of course, Jin Yao is still the master of it, right? So, opening up with the Velajo this time. Do we see a 3-0 sweep once again from Jin Yao? This guy... Did he even lose yet? I believe not. Every match were clean sweep from him, right? So what is he thinking? What is he cooking up in his brain this time? It's gonna be the Werner, the What the Gojo, as well as this Fire Inosuke. So Shiho and Shizuka will be picked up on the side of Magnum Phoenix. Double water. Okay, what are the options for Jin Yao now? He could actually run something like a Layla, right? I think Layla is always good against things like Shiho and the Shizuka. Can even bring in a Trix or a Patter. Alright, going for his Pontos. Yeah, he has the Pontos and Patter on his own account as well. Like in normal Arte. Okay, Magnum Phoenix will be opting for this Ming. Although Ming nowadays is not really that strong. I think ever since they reduced the damage that he takes. Last time it was like, what, 50% reduction, right? Now it's only like 30. So Diana will be fitted in here as well in the draft. With the Diana there, it means that she's probably planning to ban off the fire unit on the side of Jin Yao. And it's gonna be the Wind Robo. Once again, very good AoE strips, AoE controls from Jin Yao. Layla will be banned out as well as the Diana. So here we have Speed Leader. The Wind Robo will be moving after the Shiho. So it all depends whether this Shiho can get the strip stun. I think that's gonna be very important, you know. Oh, Wind Robo actually moved in front. But yeah, there's no speed lead coming off of Magnum Phoenix. So he has to hit this stun. Yeah, Jin Yao is gonna go for the Giant's Punch, getting one stun only. Can he stun the Velajo though? I think here the Pontos gameplay will be going for the silence first, right? So yeah, applied onto everybody, gets the additional turn. Do you need to use the third skill? I don't think so. But it's obviously good to place it later on to deter the potential armor break from the Ming. So gets the provoke onto 1. So Shizuka gets the violent proc, but still no skills because of the 2-turn silence. Vela as well can't do much here. Can he hold on until the immunity comes? That is the question. Oh, there's so much damage done onto the Fire Inosuke. I think here you gotta go for the cleanse. Or maybe not. Do you hold on to it? Okay, he does it. A big stun onto the Shizuka, man. Wow. It's not looking good for Magnum Phoenix now. His Vela or the Shizuka needs to violent proc. If not, game is for sure over. Right? Because there's gonna be pushbacks here. Everybody on the side of Magnum Phoenix is below 50% health already. Vela needs to Vio proc. The only chance in life to make a comeback, and he does! Wow. Okay, very interesting. Now there's a fair fighting chance for Magnum Phoenix to get to clinch back a win. So getting the huge stun onto the Werner. Shizuka with all things in nature. Will this change the tides? Because Ming now with armor break, can he one-shot something? Not able to bring down the Werner just yet. However, more heals to come. There's so many buffs on the side of Magnum Phoenix, he can't do much. Pontos, no point going for the second skill as well. You cannot silence anybody up when they are having immunity. So Werner is probably gonna be dropping real soon, right? I think here you can even play it safe going for Calm Mind first, but it works both ways. It's fine. Getting the stun onto the Pontos too. And there's just not enough damage to bring down this Ming. So Vela here with defense buff, able to do a little bit more. Ming still surviving. The strip didn't really come in clutch. The punishment now landed onto the Pontos. The armor break is applied. However, Pontos does have the cleanse if he chooses to do it later. For sure. And this is Jinyo's opportunity to try to get a provoke onto the Vela. It needs to be done. Okay, Ming's still surviving. So one more turn for the Blade Fan coming up from Wind Robo. So all the clans here. Is that the play? I think you should probably just use the normal attack from the Robo instead. Yeah, because now you give the opponent 2 Calm Mind. Yeah, 2 heal buffs. And the Ming is gonna heal up back to more than half life. Yeah, there's no way. Magnum Phoenix should have this one in the back, locked in. Because how are you killing off that Ming now? It's gonna be really tough, right? So you're still doing like not much damage here. Oh, however, the additional turn though. Oh, he gets the proc. That is clutch. So the Ming will survive. Fire Inosuke goes down and it's gonna be 2v1. Yep, there we go. Very nice. Very nice match, this one. I think that Ming... Yeah, couldn't stop that Ming, right? Jinyao. In terms of the Pontos didn't really do much apart from like the starting silence. But yeah, when you try to lock them down, he's kind of lacking the damage as well, right? So yeah, couldn't bring down anybody in time. And then when the silence wore off on the Vela, once the Sanctuary came up, all things in nature, you know, once those two skills come into play, it's very hard to make a comeback after that. So here we go. We'll be having a potential 5 rounds between these two players, okay? So, who are you guys rooting for? Let me know down in the comments below. Will it be Jin Yao? Are you guys rooting for Jin Yao or the underdog Magnum Phoenix? I wouldn't say underdog, but I feel like this guy is very well versed with the current roster for the Challenge Arena mode. Probably he played a ton, alright? And then he knows like what combo is good against which units and whatnot. In terms of his drafting, so far has been on point. And we'll see whether he can cook up anything else to make it a fair fight against Jin Yao, you know? Because one beauty of this Challenge Arena battle mode for this esports tournament is that there will be no rune gaps, you know? No rune gaps is always good. So it's a fair, even fight. It's all your knowledge and whether you do the homework to check out the runes and things like that of that monster itself. So we are waiting for one of the players. I believe there is a connection issue, alright? So just bear with us for a moment and we should be able to dive into the 4th match of this best of 5 between Jin Yao and Magnum Phoenix soon. Okay, and also after this final match, we are going to be having one more coupon code to be provided later in the stream at the end, alright? So make sure to stay tuned for that. Okay, once these two players are ready, we should be able to dive into it soon. I want to see more LD picks. So far, now that I notice, right? In terms of the LD pick'ems that the players were getting, there were no Maximilian yet, right? I think so far it's only like the big. I think the big a lot. Kovarchi, everything else. Yeah, we did see somebody playing Artamel at the start, but it just got demolished by Oblivion from the Tessarion. Couldn't utilize the passive. Ragdolls so far today also not that great of a showing. Yeah, didn't really do that well so far. Whenever the opponents, whenever the players pick the Ragdoll, right? Other than that, Petter has been quite decent. Yeah, Petter is always good against things like the tricks, all this kind of AoE strips. So even if you stun him, he does not really care. He's just gonna cleanse himself and then you can follow through with the Moonlight Grace, the 3rd skill, you know? So having those kind of lineups are really important. So once again, let me know down in the comments below, who are you rooting for, Jin Yao or Magnum Phoenix? I personally want Magnum Phoenix to win this one. I feel like this guy has been playing really well. Like so far you can see his drafting. There were no any questionable picks. When in the fight as well, no questionable gameplay as well. So pretty good. He did all his homework already. He's fully prepared for this tournament, I say. Yeah, that is for sure. Like you can see his combination, you know, when he has the light, the big option, he wants to revolve his team all like single target kind of thing. Like some heals from Gapsu, the shields from Josephine, all these kind of things, just to make sure that the light, the big is able to stay alive as long as possible. And also, I think one of the match where he was up against Jin Yao, I just felt like he was a tad bit unlucky, not able to one-shot that Chow with the light Tanjiro. Of course, you know, as time goes by, the attack increases. I thought it was actually enough to like burst down the Chow, but apparently not. It was just 1 HP. I think if he brought that Chow down, for sure he locked in that round, you know? Because there's nothing much the Vela can do against the Shizuka and the Anavel after that. Especially when you're a disadvantage, right? Your elemental disadvantage against those two units. Okay, so I believe we're still figuring out the connection issue here between these two players. And once again, the prize pool of this tournament. Alright guys, so for the group stages itself, the top 2 will be getting 500 crystals and of course the ticket to enter into the regional final round. So once you're in the regional final round of the Grand Esports 2026, there's gonna be a total of 8 players. So the top 2 players from each group will fight it out again, and we'll be taking the best 2 from there, heading into Hanoi, Vietnam, alright, which will be the grand finals held for this Grand Esports 2026. And they'll be fighting the top 2 players from the other regions from Vietnam, Indonesia, and Thailand. So it's a really big competition here. It's all to play for because at the grand finals itself, a total prize pool of 4,500 USD is up for grabs, alright? And of course, if you're the champion, there's also extra perks like the 1/9 scale of that Zeratul figurine. I don't know whether you can check it out in the Comters shop, but yeah, I'm not sure whether they are actually selling that one or it's like limited edition, but it's really good, alright? I've seen it real life before, and I believe one of the World Finals of SWC, right? The detail on those figurines is so nice, especially the Rakan as well, right? The Rakan figurine and the Zeratul, superb. Hopefully one day I'm able to get one of those as well. Alright, so just gonna wait a little while longer, guys. Sorry about this slight hiccup. Okay, we're gonna be having one more coupon code later after this final best of 5. Okay, between Jin Yao and Magnum Phoenix. Hopefully the internet is sorted out. Yeah, let me read the chat a little bit. Since we can buy some time right now. Oh, I see a lot of Magnum Phoenix in the chat. A lot of supporters, eh? But in terms of the votings, is 81% Jin Yao. Of course, I mean, Jin Yao is the GOAT, right? Jin Yao is the GOAT in this group. For sure, in terms of RTA knowledge, yeah, this guy has been playing high level tier RTA for the past 10 years or so, you know, ever since RTA was introduced into the game. Jin Yao is definitely one of those staple names that is always like in the top 10, top 20 region. For sure, he's always there for some reason. Yeah, he has really good gameplay and knowledge, you know. You can also see whenever he back in the day, you know, when he plays normal RTA, he doesn't really rely heavily on his LDs, although he does have things like back then Achroma. I mean, only Achroma and Patter, right? Oh, Patter, wait, no, Patter is a little bit later on. Back then, he only abused his Achroma a little bit here and there. That's about it, you know? And he's able to make it into like, what, top 5 every single time. No problem. Top 10, you know, top 10. Yeah, his best rank is rank 7. Enough talking. Code, please. Code is coming up soon, alright, guys? Bear with us for a moment. After this match, okay? After this best of 5. Potentially, this will be the last match here if Jin Yao wins it. So, Jin Yao, first pick. I think... Don't even need to see. It's gonna be the Tetsuya. Yeah, Jin Yao got the 200 IQ brain. Alright, Magnum Phoenix opening it up with the Gapsu this time. However, there's no LD picks for these two players now. He has to make do with some sort of Tsarion later on, I guess. Kanal Gapsu also kinda okay. So Jin Yao taking his time here, thinking it through. What does he want to go for? So Layla here, yeah, Layla is good against the Gapsu because Gapsu cannot cleanse like 2 debuffs. It's only just 1. I guess he's eyeing onto the Riley ban already because Riley, you cannot stop the skill 4 from happening. she'll always be able to place the immunity up when that skill is available. So Magnum Phoenix gonna go for the Vert and the Tessarion. So Tessarion here is nice, however Shizuka fully counters that unit. And there's gonna be a Chow here as well. Oh, I think the draft here looks really good for Jin Yao. If you lock these two units in, if you're Magnum Phoenix, you kinda need to go for a Dyna at the end. Force a ban onto that so that you have your Riley in the field. Yeah, I think no other way around it. Nah, Jin Yao lost the third match earlier. TD Zack. That's why I cannot give out the coupon code yet. Okay, it's a best of 5 between these two players. The final match for today, alright? And also we'll be having the Group C next Saturday, which is on the 6th of June, 7:30 PM, same timing, as well as Group D on the 7th June on Sunday, alright? So make sure to come back next week to watch more interesting matches here. Annabelle will be able to send the AoE armor break, placing it onto 2. Vert getting a crit, very important crit. Now Diana resisted everything. What can she do though? Do you go for the shield? Just opting for the normal attack instead. So Tetsuya now can control probably the Gapsu or the Diana. Diana it is. He needs to skill 2 something, put the branding onto the Tetsuya. Now, do you go for all things in nature though? I think you kind of want to lock down that Vert, right? So, more damage to come. Annabelle does not really need to cleanse yet. Gets the additional turn. So this Dyna is taking so much damage. No stun onto the Vert, unfortunately. So Shizuka here, going for the cool time reduced onto the Annabelle. And Diana is just gonna go crazy right now. Going for the Pew Pew onto the Layla. Can she stun? No stun. So Layla will be able to apply more slow debuff if she chooses to do it. Do you go for the second skill here though? I feel like normal attack should do it. And you might need to heal up right now. So Gapsu will get the attack bar. Do you send this? Do you send this armor break? Yeah, I think no other choice. So Layla here has to silence up something. Did not get much. So Diana now will be able to go for a potential transformation, but opting for the shield instead. Okay, big stun onto the Tetsuya this time. So Vert will be moving soon here, giving the team the attack bar that he needs. Alright, Magnum Phoenix needs the attack bar rolling for the Gapsu to heal up. So no stun this time onto the Tetsuya. Shield is stripped. Layla, what do you do? I think a normal attack should do it, right? Or do you want to bang on some despair stuns? Alright, playing it safe. The Vert is controlled up right now. Layla will be able to go for this. Here comes the Ghost. Annabelle continue working onto the Diana. If Diana goes down, it's probably over for Magnum Phoenix. His Tessarion has not moved yet, by the way. It has been controlled since the start. So who do you put the soul protection on now? Onto the Annabelle. Okay, very interesting. Of course, the additional turn from Tetsuya means that he can potentially stun this Tessarion again. So Annabelle will be able to go for the Water Guardian Angel. Able to provide more slow debuff, more damage. Following through with that, here comes the Ghost. Diana goes down. And there's still slow debuffs applied onto everybody on the side of Magnum Phoenix. 2 turns once again. And getting the important stun onto the Vert. The Gapsu is gonna go down here. Wow, Jin Yao's team. The controls is just too good. Yeah, Gapsu sitting duck there. Now, all things in nature as well. You don't even need it. You're picking him when he's down already. Yeah, Vert goes to sleep. And the Sarion still haven't got a turn, by the way. The Sarion has been controlled since the start of the game. Couldn't even apply any Oblivion. However, finally he has a chance to do it. But it's just gonna backfire later on, you know. Shizuka will be having the AoE Oblivion, but you don't even need it. 3-1 victory goes to Jin Yao, so congratulations to him. He is our winner of Group B, but do not fret. We are also gonna be seeing Magnum Phoenix in the regional final round. Alright, regional final round of the Grand Esports 2026 is gonna be happening on the 21st of June. And from there, we'll be having 2 of the top players moving onwards to fight the 2 other qualifiers from Vietnam, Indonesia, and Thailand region in Hanoi, Vietnam on the 7th of July. So congratulations to 2 of these players. Here is the final bracket of Group B done and dusted. We have Jin Yao coming out ahead, as well as Magnum Phoenix. Those 2 will be our next set of players moving on to the regional final round. And for Group C, which is going to be happening on the 6th of June, 7:30 PM Singaporean time, we're going to be having Black-Hearted, Minimoni, Zeran Nitsu, Dan Sakai, Tier, Zen769, Mai Granzi, and JQZ fighting it out. Another set of 8 players right here. And also Group D will be happening on the 7th of July. Alright, so that basically concludes it for today. But before we end, we are going to be releasing the second code of the night, alright? It is final round on 21. You'll be able to receive 100,000 mana stones and 1 mystical scroll, alright? Make sure to collect this as soon as possible because the code has limited redemptions on it. First come, first serve basis, alright? So final round on 21, you'll be able to receive 100,000 mana stones and 1 mystical scroll. And like I said, that's gonna be concluding the end of Group B of the regional qualifier for the Grand Esports 2026. Once again, congratulations to Jin Yao and Magnum Phoenix as they'll be joining Blackpink Royd and Hachuka in the regional final round on the 21st of June, alright? Make sure to stay tuned next Saturday for the Group C, 6 June, 7:30 PM Singaporean time. And yeah, that's basically it. So hope you guys enjoyed the entire stream. Have a great weekend, everyone, and I will see you all next week itself. Alright, take care, everybody, and bye for now.